You guys are now audio live. We are all audio live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Curse of Strahd with the same lovely goobers that have been in the whole playlist that you've been watching, hopefully. Hi, my name is Sif, the owner of the channel you're on right now. I stream, do art, play games, and most importantly, as of this moment, am running the Curse of Strahd campaign with these lovely players, who I will ask to introduce themselves. Obsidia, if you would.
Hey, I'm Obsidia. I stream sometimes, although not for the next several months. um, I I also run a Dungeons and Dragons game that stars many of the people here. It's like a 1930s Magitech setting and is very silly. You should go check it out on my YouTube. We've got 4 origin sessions and 3 actual sessions up. And we hope to pick it back up again when I am recovered from my surgery coming up. So, should be fun.
But if you all would like to go to Obsidia's channel and maybe spread some love, go to our Discord server, spread some love, maybe donate her some cash with those kisses, it'd be great. Next up, I gotta have the two of you together, but Lily, if you'd like to go first.
Oh, you're good. We are together for now. So this is hi, my name is Lily. I'm the blue one. That's all you need to know. No, I am a little artist, D&D being. Love playing D&D, love drawing my characters and other sort of fan art and trans comics, all that good stuff. So I guess I know at least I am now on Blue Sky. That's a new development.
Let's go.
Because of Twitter, making bad decisions. And so yeah, that's what's new for me right now.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah. Go. I was gonna say,
All
go right ahead, Amaris. For
Oh.
as long as this situation is the case, you do get to now. Yulia is the last one. To go. You're good.
Alrighty, in that case, hello everyone. I'm Maris. I play Jericho, the Oath of Vengeance Paladin. Sad dad, Catholic guilt galore. I usually stream as well, but I'm on an unintentional hiatus as your boy broke his ankle and currently cannot access his own streaming setup. So that's why I'm downstairs here with Lily sitting next to her and we're sharing a mic. So yay. Good things to come once I can climb stairs.
You can still go and check out their social medias, and if you can somehow catch any of Maris's VODs, the reading streams are just peak fucking content. But yeah. Next up, Royal Knight VT, Yulia, if you would.
Yeah, hello everyone, that's me. I'm Yulia. I go by Royal Knight VT on both Twitch and Twitter. I'm on a little bit of a hiatus myself, but I play Warwick, who's our half-elf paladin.
Half orc.
Half orc. I don't know why I said half. He's a half orc. Yeah,
DM
I'm
on inspiration
an elf.
for mentioning elves. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and he's a silly, goofy guy. So, and I love being a silly, goofy guy with these wonderful people. So yeah.
I forgot to say I play Lady Ravenia Dunaray. Yeah.
And I believe
We
Lily...
play Dungeons and Dragons
You
here.
said you're the blue one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's funny. Does the blue one have a name, perchance?
Yeah, it's Callan. There's no last name. I don't do last names.
Real.
Callan, the blue one.
The blue one.
Alright.
La Azul.
So, what happened last time on Curse of Strahd, guys?
Fetch quests and shopping and
Vallaki is real.
Vallaki is real.
Getting kids drunk.
And they're getting the kids drunk.
Oh my fucking god.
And we beat up cops and tracked them down to the warehouse, and Callan blew them up, and we're about to save the city by beating up the cops.
The cops?
Question mark?
We got the Proud Boys
Yeah.
Yeah.
who are enslaving people.
Very different from the cops. The cops they do not hold people hostage. At least here.
Right,
Disclaimer,
right,
we are in
right.
Barovia.
Yeah.
We are in Barovia.
Callan
Sure,
doesn't do
right.
that. No.
Like they're not working together in some way, shape, or form, and this isn't a corrupt system.
What the fuck are you?
You're gonna hear like they are also blue, the Barovians, so that thin blue
Fuck.
line.
Not first off, not everyone in Vallaki is blue. Just most of them are. Okay.
Let's also not forget
all
Callan's a cop.
Valakians.
And Callan is also
She's
blue.
Yeah. But if you take like the eyedropper tool and put it over Callan, it's like a little bit off on the hex code compared to like the Barovians. That's
She's
Callan's
a more
Callan's out.
saturated
She's a
blue.
centrist, blue.
Aqua blue, if you would.
real fiscal conservative social liberal.
Do not pull out the fucking chart. All right. So, we were in combat. In fact, let me go ahead and put the combat music back on. It is the same music I put in the music channel a little bit ago, last session. And it was the top of turn order where we ended. And at the top of turn order, something does happen. Warwick, you see this like guy in front of you, this thug? This
Yes.
man? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
As you're engaged with him, I'm assuming because you guys are like within a 5 feet square, you can have your axes against each other if you want.
Axis touching? Okay.
In recording, yes. There is a loud thunk as like all of your focus has been pushing back against this frame. You look up and you see a like red hot, like glowingly red hot bolt stake sticking out of his eye. It's gone the full way through his skull. Callan and Jericho, you guys can see the other end, obviously.
I'm not here. I'm in
Oh,
my
right.
pocket dimension until
You're
my
in-
turn starts.
You put yourself in baby jail. That's right.
Yeah.
It's been a
Yeah.
bad baby.
This man crumples, and if anyone but Callan, I guess, wants to give me a perception check.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Start rolling.
Oh, that's a hot 4.
Oh my goodness!
14.
Love
For
that.
the record, it's gonna show my name, but I will specify. Obviously, this is Jericho.
No, I get you. It's a pain in the ass to change your as every time. Warwick,
I'm staring
Julia,
at the guy. I'm not staring behind me.
You rolled 2 nat 1s last session, and
Yeah.
then followed it up with this.
He's really not having a good time. He's really
Get
putting
the
on.
bad rolls out of the way on perception. No one needs to see anyway. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
He's
It's
seen
okay.
enough, actually.
He's seen enough.
it's for the narrative. Trust me. Warwick will stop rolling nat ones after a certain point. I decide when. Jericho, that you're focusing less on where the shot came from and like how clean of a shot it was. And thankfully it came from behind you guys, so hopefully it's in your favor. Speaking of behind you guys, Ravenya, you're a high-profile target, so you know that when a shot goes off, you look at rooftops immediately. And while you can't make out much more than like a little like black blob on top of a roof, what catches your eye is like a little bit of glare from the moonlight bouncing off what seems to be a scope. And it is at this point we are going to end combat as the chronicler you all met before, the small little aggressively inquisitive woman Odessa comes in with a small little gaggle of guards, all adjoined by by the very man you saw before with Lincoln, his aide, Victor Valakovich, who, as a reminder for his description, because I haven't finished sketching him yet, he's very skinny, very skinny and scrawny, and and just like he's sad twink energy. I really
isn't
can't.
a sad twink in this game.
You're right. It is a good default aesthetic for men in this setting. But yeah, if you want like a fictional character, just think fucking Victor from Arcane before he goes off the deep end.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, or after, he's still just as lanky and twinky.
Yeah,
if not
yeah.
more.
If
But
not
he's
more.
got that like sad hobble to him, that like loss, that no will to live before he meets his hunky Jace,
Exquisite.
The guards begin to come in. Whatever fists of Barovia are still active, still like ready for combat, immediately put their weapons aside and like assume a like pose of surrender. And the guards immediately begin to come in, just in like clockwork. I'd say like 5 or 6 of them begin cuffing and releasing hostages, and cuffing the Sons of Barovia and releasing hostages. Odessa walks up to all of you and says, Are you guys okay?
We're fine. I think it's more of a matter of these folks here that need your help.
They'll be fine. Folk end up lost all the time in Barovia. Vallaki's probably not the worst place to end up, right? Although, and like as she looks, you guys begin to realize that these prisoners are a mixture of people. Much like you saw at the carnival with the Vistani, there is a gaggle of people who are very clearly from different settings, who are confused and shock and pain. Some still sobbing over others who weren't able to last long enough for this reprieve. No Barovians in this mess at all whatsoever either.
I like to also imagine, since Callan's thing only lasts 6 seconds, that she just kind of pops back into reality and just is still like very much in like, on fire flame mode. And it's just like looking around, it's just like, well, didn't expect this to be handled by the time I came out, but apparently very good work, everyone.
Well, we all did our part, but looks like the good people of Vallaki came to our rescue.
Well, that's reassuring.
At this point, Victor will walk up to all of you and say, yes, excuse me, I hope you remember me from when the Burgomaster met you all at the entrance into Vallaki. I'm Victor, and yes, we like to believe that we do our part here as well. But still, we appreciate all that you've done here. In fact, I believe the Burgomaster would probably like to reward you all in person, if you'd be open to it.
I suppose. I don't think what we did really requires any sort of reward. We just did the right thing.
Well, as the chronicler would be less than happy to share, not all adventurers who wind through Strahd's games treat people with decency.
I was a little bit worried when most people just sat idly by as these people are dragged away, but it's good to see that there was at least some measured response from your government.
We are simply delighted to have been the tip of the spear of justice in this scenario, and we look forward to the rewards and accolades that the town wishes to bestow upon us as our fair new arrivals.
I feel a bit undeserving considering I didn't do too much. You guys are the real heroes here, so.
Well, be that as it may, you all exposed yourself to danger, and I would be more than happy to escort you to the Burgomaster, and then at this point Odessa will speak up and go, before you guys go, I'm sorry, when I was asking you a bunch of stuff, you guys wanted to ask me something?
Did Did we want to ask or something?
I don't know.
I
It
don't
have to do with your
remember.
fetch quest?
Did we find the old man?
No.
But yeah, was it about the
Grandpa
old man?
Yeah, it was with the old man. Grandpa
Okay.
Augustus.
We've been, among other things, been looking for one of your citizens. Old feller goes by Augustus, apparently goes missing on the regular.
Oh, did Mila send you guys out to look for him?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, well, don't worry. He's always at the fountain.
Oh.
Yeah, after you go see the burgomaster, pass by the town square with the fountain before you head home, and you're bound to see him, okay?
Shouldn't we let his granddaughter know that? I think she would find that useful.
It's not for me to spoil. But Mila would appreciate it if you guys heard Augustus out for a little bit. He's the oldest Barovian here, after all.
I don't mind listening to the old man's stories.
I guess we'll take a look for him.
Thank you. And I'll when you guys are more settled, I'll take a photo for my book proper later. I'll let you guys be now, okay? And sorry again about asking so many questions and for freezing up. Just a consequence of peace here.
You're all right. Not everybody is meant to be fighters, but you did good by bringing the townsfolk here and the guards. You did good.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. And with that, Victor will do a ahem as he motions you all. We should get going. And is there anything else you guys want to do before Victor escorts you all to the burgomaster's property?
I guess not.
This can be like a little conversation on the way,
Yeah, sure.
and just like a quick little thing, but I think Jericho would approach Warwick while they're on their way to the Burgermeisters and just, give him a little tap on the shoulder, and it's, you all right there, Warwick?
Yeah, I think I was just a little off my game there for a second. I think my axe was a little slippery or something. But I'm doing okay. You were great out there, actually.
Thank you, but it's not entirely... It's not unnatural to freeze up, Even the most experienced of fighters can pause.
Mhm.
And it's okay. We've got your back,
No, thanks. Thank you for that. I don't know. It felt so strange trying to do it again. I don't know if feels like something is missing.
Jericho's eyes will kind of like widen a little bit in recognition and just, I think I do. Do you feel severed from your deity?
Well, I don't know if it's a god or anything like that, but it does feel like a part of me is missing a little bit. Like something that's supposed to be there isn't there anymore. Is that how you're feeling? Is your god or whatever not talking to you anymore?
I don't know what the issue is, per se. But I do know that this place is... It seems to have a sort of corrupting force. And for several days now, I've been unable to connect with the Manisaurus. And I feel that loss pretty keenly.
Oh man, Jericho, I'm real sorry about that. Well, maybe he's just, taking a break or something. Or, I mean, there's a lot of people that maybe worship him or something. Maybe he's distracted.
I hope his attentions are better focused at home. But it does make things a little more difficult for me here.
Oh.
So if that's what's happening to you, it'll feel strange and it's difficult, but we'll get it sorted out. You and I, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll just have to rely a bit more on each other then. I know we're not gods or anything like that, but we can give each other strength.
Exactly right.
Thanks. And just forget what you saw back there. I hope it's not going to be a recurring thing or anything like that.
Consider it forgotten.
Question: how loud are you guys talking about this? By the way.
Jericho's not being secretive. He's not being like hush hush about it, but he's also not like making it intentionally so others can hear the conversation.
I get you.
I mean, work's never really quiet, I guess.
Big man. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It seems like something that Cal might be interested in. Victor definitely, if he can hear, we'll clock it. But that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind if, other people hear the conversation.
You got boss. All right, and with that, you guys can approach the Burgermeister's mansion, his property, his little quadrant, little area of Vallaki, all to himself, fenced away from the rest of the city in this beautiful, sprawling grassland. Is this massively, like, dark blue, highlighted with indigos and gold manor, with various other buildings nearby it to, like, either house servants or help, or... Is that a fucking horse? But yeah. You are all... Yeah. It's a real-ass horse in Barovia, probably the only one you guys will see here. Because back at the farm, there was only livestock. I mean,
a real horse.
That makes sense, Jericho. It's a mechanical horse. He's a noble,
Yeah.
Looks a little
Whose
weird.
horse is that?
That is the most high-tech horse I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's eating, too. It's eating some weird red fuel. Anyways, you guys are all led into the manor, which, as you enter, immediately, like, instead of being homely and inviting, it's sort of, like, utilitarian and immediate, like you're in an office building, despite the fact that the outside is fashioned like a home. And speaking of office, there is a desk by the main stairs that Victor humbly places himself at and informs you all. Yes, just head up the grand staircase, and the Burgomaster will be waiting in the large double-sided doors across the large staircase upstairs. I will inform him that you all are coming, and then he's going to take some wire and cast message, and very quietly mutter some words before taking his seat proper and letting you all go up on your own. If you've got nothing to say to him, then you can go right on up to Burgermaster, Lincoln's office.
All right,
up we go.
Yep, up you guys go as you...
Up and atom.
Mm-hmm. As you walk through these halls, as you walk up the staircase, you make note of, like, there are other servants here who are all Barovian, And there are guardsmen here who are dressed in... Compared to the other guards who very clearly were just like ramshackled and had like whatever Vallaki could scrap in terms of like people or things that have wound up in Barovia, these guys have more uniform appearances. Their armor all bear the strikingly black and gold insignias of Vallaki. Their spears all uniform as well and are very clearly more deadly in comparison to the average guard of Vallaki. As you make it upstairs, there are two large ornate doors in front of you with this lovely like embroidery around them, with a large bat hanging at the top, or not bat, gargoyle, excuse me. The wings confuse me, but it is a large gargoyle hanging above it. You can open the door, and across a massive, massive hall is a desk and a man in a very large chair behind it, turned away from you all. As you all enter the room and close the door behind you, he turns the chair around and says, well... And to remind you all, Lincoln is a very large, sort of like built mountain man. Very much like a ball or like a rectangular prism of muscle. Underneath a very clean and dapper suit. He's not wearing the red scarf with the sun on it as he was wearing in Strahd's castle. The scarf was very clearly a fuck you to vampires in general. He's got comb back hair, the same classic Barovian skin, and a very, very strong looking face. Very strong, clear expressions. He turns around in his chair and goes, well, normally I only make myself available on appointment, but I believe I shall make an excuse for the heroes of the day.
Venya will curtsy and say, we were simply doing our day's work as the currently residing heroes of this town, Burgermeister Lincoln.
Heroes. I appreciate that title. It's very clear, to the point, very, very open about what your intentions are here in Barovia. And that's merely to kill Strahd, right? That's all you all wish, right?
I think that about covers it, and it was not much of a fight. It was over in 6 seconds.
Still, it's 6 more seconds that those people didn't have to suffer. Speaking of those people, do you know what'll happen to them now that they're here in Vallaki, away from their homes and plains of origin?
Oh, the prisoners. I was like, what?
Oh, the prisoners, my
the
bad,
guards?
Yeah, might be.
No, what happens to him?
Well, Strahd's been taking in outsiders with good skills for crafting, artisanship, for some project he's working on, but now that they're here and without a home, I will be taking them. And they will be lovely additions to Vallaki, with their craftsmanship, their stories, their cultures, all to bolster my city. And to that end,
Seems awfully...
Go ahead.
Seems awfully convenient.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you appreciate honesty or... sorry, the term is like escaping me for like looking between the lines. Do you appreciate honesty in your interactions, or do you like to dance with the complexity of words?
I would prefer things to be straight and simple, if you don't mind.
Honesty.
Good. I have not exactly appreciated dabbling with the words with the prior groups that have come through Barovia in my town. You all have tarot cards, yes?
Yep. Got him right here.
Mm-hmm. Anyone who's seen Strahd and lived to tell the tale knows that the only people who have any right or say over Barovia and the fate of Strahd are the people who have those cards. And then he pulls out a card himself, as you guys don't have a full deck of the Arcana. And he pulls out the Arcana of the Emperor and looks back at all of you. Now, I'm one person, and I don't think my chances against the Dark Lord himself are exactly palpable, real, probable, whatever you want to say. So I've taken matters in my own hands, and I've been running my own schemes, my own jabs at him. But I know I won't be able to kill him, despite this saying I could. That's where you all come in. I've been called many names. The one I've taken on now, Lincoln, is from a story a bard traveling through her told me of a man capable of great emancipation and freedom, who ended enslavement and allowed people to roam free. I seek the same for the Barovians, doomed to be the everlasting playthings of a man-child. There is one name that I always come back to, and that I always love. The first son of Barovia. I am the one who created the fists of Barovia, and the one who will use them to further my own means and decision-making for the fate of Barovia once you all have ended Strahd. And I know that because you all are heroes, means that the way I do things doesn't sit well with any of you. Is that correct?
You did. Go ahead.
No, you can go.
Like, you did just basically admit to being the source of a lot of problems over the last 48 hours for us. So, yes, I would say that does put a bit of a point on things.
Well, if I may offer two counterpoints. One, the raid and the hostage situation. Look at the outcomes. The raiders were a good distraction that night, right? Keeping Strahd and his allies busy as you, mostly unscathed, perused through the castle at your own leisure. And the hostage situation, well, we can't exactly kidnap people from Strahd and tell them that we're the good guys now, the way we treat them. After all, the undead here do need blood, and they need a home. It would be good to show them an early tasting of what's necessary. And now, because they're all safe and handled in my town, they'll believe they're safe and can focus on doing what matters here. As for my second point...
Okay.
Just know that no matter how much what I do irks you, dealing with me is not dealing with the problem. For the same reasons I'm not forcing you all out of my town, know that I too have a say in the matters of Strahd and Barovia. You can fight him all you want, and you can fight me all you want, but you cannot do both at the same time. And, Obs, you wanted to say something as Ravenna?
I was just gonna say, well, with that all out in the clear, it seems then you're willing to accept a certain degree of employee turnover in your fists when they will inevitably cross our paths again in unappetizing ways.
Oh, I am very much aware of this, and that no matter how many of my men and women I send at you, you will inevitably kill most, if not all of them. But I know that'll waste your resources and your time. A impasse, a waste of both of our assets. So to this, I'd like to propose an option, right? As turret holders, it's in our best interests that we at least work together to kill one other person. So, and then he opens up the table, opens up one of his drawers in his desk, and pulls out a large sack. Not large as in like for him it's like a hand-sized sack. For you guys it'd be like, it would require both of Ravenna's hands to hold, and it clinks onto the table. 8 strength. She needs everything.
Small.
It clinks onto the table, and you see an assortment of gold coins come out onto the table. For you guys, it's not a large amount from your certain settings. Like, I imagine for Callan and Ravenna, this much gold is nothing. maybe, like, Jericho probably would raise an eyebrow if this was, like, not here. And Warwick, I got no idea. Actually, you have a good idea of how much gold is. That's a good amount of gold for where you're
He's from traditional D&D setting. He understands gold.
I don't know what time period of Exandria Warwick's from, so I don't know how, like, advanced currency is there yet, but, yeah, that is a sizable amount of gold for both Warwick and Jericho, but for here especially, that is definitely a good amount of gold to power yourselves up. And he says, things don't have to be a fight between us. I'll even pay you. You can still be the heroes that kill Strahd, that save my Barovia. I just need you all to look away on occasion. On any occasion I pick.
And were we to look away and agree to this, we would be complicit with innocent folks getting hurt, correct?
I think you already have an answer.
Look, I thought I would be willing to do whatever it took to bring down Strahd, but if it means being a part of your schemes to keep people under your thumb, hurting others, I can't be a part of that. I'm not about to trade one bloodthirsty tyrant for another.
While I appreciate that sentiment, I think eventually you'll come to realize that under me the Barovians won't face such tyranny. Still, though, does he speak for all of you?
I'd say he does, actually. I think the way you're talking and sort of like a contract, it doesn't sound any better than Strahd.
Well, at least with me it's not a geas, and it's just a simple exchange of coin for blood, but... strange.
It seems like perhaps a bit of a detente is more in the, excuse the pun, the cards. You can carry out your schemes and ploys, and until the moment that we discover that they run counter to our own particular objectives and look, kind of side eyes over at Jericho and Warwick and goes, and moral fabric. Well, then I believe that we can both go our separate ways with minimal conflict. But when the times eventually come, well, there's clearly an understanding as to the price that would likely be paid.
See, because here's my thing. Yes, you claim to be doing this for the betterment of the entire plane, but saying that you would not get in the way of our activities as best as you can, well, your activities did result in the serious injury of one of our party members.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't exactly think we are on the same page in that way, considering your wanton destruction can cause us such harm.
Well, I would assure you that such harm would not befall you once you accepted this deal. It seems clear to me that, given time, we will be butting heads proper, but, I'm certain in a direct confrontation, it would not be in either of our best interests. As you see, he, takes this, little ornament on his desk that's bat-shaped, probably gifted from Strahd, and he just crushes it with one hand.
Oh, I don't disagree that we could destroy you.
I appreciate that.
It's just...
Oh.
It's just a matter of... We, looks over at Jericho, value the sanctity and liberation of free souls. And you seem to be running a bit counter to that point.
I'll give you all time to think things over. I mean, I hope you'll come to realize that the average Barovian's fate is worth all this bloodshed, but for now, and he, pulls down a tassel from the side of the desk. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind, I don't think you realize who you're talking to when talking about the cost of bloodshed for something that we want. We understand the cost of bloodshed.
Regardless, I believe you all should be leaving now. As he says this, some guards have opened the doors, and Lincoln says, these adventurers have wandered into my home by accident. Have them escorted back outside. Looks back at all of you and says, I appreciate that you are all open to a more direct discussion. And until we butt heads proper, feel free to stay here as long as you need. He turns back around in his chair as the guards approach you all to escort you back outside.
Pravenya will kind of smile as he turns away and stuff and goes, well, at least take some solace, O great son of the sun. Much like with Strahd himself, you are very low on our priorities. So, enjoy.
And with that, all of you can be escorted back out front, where Victor will actually volunteer to walk you all out the rest of the way. And he'll get up from his desk and escort you guys from the mansion proper to the gate, which is a little bit more friendlier than 4 helmeted guards. And as you all are outside the property proper, Victor will stop you all from walking off and goes, I presume Lincoln was honest about his real position and the source of his strength?
Quite.
Well, just know that, not everyone in this town is blinded by the changes he's done. The good, I guess you could say he's done, as, Victor will also flash a tarot card, that being the Arcana of the Tower, and looks at all of you and goes, I trust you all will need time to settle and build strength, but, I'll be open to talking more at a later time once you all are not as stressed from your day's travels. And Victor will turn around to leave if you guys aren't gonna say anything.
Forward to chatting with you.
Alright. And with that, I believe you guys have a grandpa to find, one whose location has been doxed for your usage.
Yeah, I guess we're going to the fountain.
Yes, I'd rather talk to this old man than... It feels like everyone we talk to has an ulterior motive, or it's just shady in general.
I understand that it takes a certain kind of willpower to survive in a place like this. You might have to do things that you otherwise wouldn't have to. But from a position of power like his, I don't think there's much of an excuse.
Warwick's just kind of pulling out his face a little bit as they walk.
Ravenya will kind of just shrug, go, I will say that his honesty was at least refreshing compared to the general nature of cryptic ambivalence that most of the people here seem to exude. And frankly, if we know everyone we're dealing with are tyrants, well, it makes things much more simple and direct.
That I can agree with.
Yes, so makes it hard to trust a lot of people, though.
It does. It's just, well, trading one tyrant for the next doesn't seem like. It seems like we'd just be perpetuating a cycle. And while I don't particularly wish to stay here to oversee whatever happens next, I would prefer to not be going into the hands of another tyrant for all the people's sake.
I agree. Well, maybe we should all just make a promise to each other to be honest and, trust each other. At least that way, we at least know who we can trust.
Yeah. Us four, we've got our backs. We at least know that we are of one mind, one goal. And I like to think that I can count on each of you that if any one of us finds another's morals lacking, that see it corrected.
And I don't expect us to agree on everything. But I at least think the moral compass is pointed in the right direction.
Yeah.
After all, I think I've at least learned a lesson in these past few days that my upbringing is, well, quite different from everyone's here. Getting to process that.
Well, I think we're all really different. I mean, Jericho comes from a place that doesn't have people like us. So I think our differences makes us, who we are. It makes us unique. And I like that about us.
Work with the inclusion PSA, God bless him.
The DEIA party.
Jericho, the DEI hire.
Yeah, the white guy human is the DEI hire.
He doesn't have 40 years and he doesn't have dark vision.
Real.
Imagine.
I think off that convo, you guys could have reached the square by now, and it has that same level of quality that the theater had, that the little drama district, the theater district had, but this is older. It is more like old world architecture. You can see the cobblestones in the ground that have been painted over, the long weathered history they have. You can see the other end of the guard station to the right. You can see an assortment of old-timey buildings and businesses, homes. And it is a lot more lively here. There is just like a general sense of like safeness here. In the middle of the square is this massive blue fountain that is... It feels magical just looking at it. And sitting on a bench across from it, it's probably... again, Barovians tend to die very young, or fairly young, as far as you guys can tell. And you guys can clearly tell this is probably Grandpa Augustus, because this is the oldest fucking Barovian you've seen. With he's short, very clear, just wrinkles and folds across the face, very dark blue patches, bald hair with the sides curling up, big ass glasses. He's wearing similar clothing to his granddaughter Mila, with like the plaids and the furs, and he's just sitting there, just staring absent-mindedly into the water of the fountain.
I'm guessing that's our fellow over there.
Who would like to approach Augustus? I got a different thing for all of you.
if no one else is gonna take the lead, Warwick will trot on over. Like, hey, old man, you were kind of hard to find. We were looking for you.
Oh, hi there, Minsk. Hi.
Huh?
It's been a while. Come, sit. Like, pats the bench next to him.
Oh, he kind of points to himself like, me?
Yeah, Minx, I'm talking to you. You've even got Boo with you.
He's gonna kind of sit down next to him.
You know, I proposed to my wife here. That old man thing of you are getting a story.
Oh, did you know?
Yeah, I could remember the day as if it were today. We had to stop by the farms. She loved greenery and animals. She found this one little scared-looking sheep. Kept saying that it reminded her of me. But that entire day, I couldn't remember much of the joy. I was anxious and scared and had all these feelings in my chest, you know? You ever been in love, Minsk?
I don't think so. What did it feel like?
Oh, that's a shame. It's a lot of feelings, Minx. It's scary and terrifying, but safe and warm, and it's got all these twisted feelings. I think Voldo put it best when he said it was, it's beautiful. Can I tell you something, Minx?
Warwick, but yeah, go ahead.
I know I'm dying. It's real fucking scary, Minsk. I thought after my wife left that I'd get ready for it. But, nothing gets you ready. You know, we don't have, I mean, some people will say that we have gods here and the devil and up in this big scary castle, but I knows it. You know, Jahira already told me that there's nothing waiting for me in the afterlife on account of, you know, me not having a soul, but, you know, Minsk, even though I'm here staring at the void, it feels like my wife's here too. Like I'm living that day all over again when I proposed to her, when I fell into that fountain there. And I'm nervous and I'm sweating, but I feel like I'm home, you know, Minx?
Hey, well, there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, you said you saw her, right? Probably waiting for you, and I'll tell you by experience, dying's not so bad.
Well, if I got friends to look forward like you there, then I don't think it is that bad. But still, I'd like to see you guys a little bit more. It's been a while.
He's kind of giving a glance to the party, like, eyeing them.
I know that Ravedia will start approaching that since Warwick seems he's in too deep.
Oh, hey there, Minthara!
Your granddaughter was looking for you.
Oh, my granddaughter was looking for me? Oh, let's go find her. I'm sorry, I wander off a lot. But Minx here kept me good company, just pats Warwick on the knee. And then, like, as you guys, like, agree to go look for Butcher Mila, as you all do a quick survey, you see, like, like 20, maybe 30 feet away from the fountain is the town butchery being closed for the day, and you see Milo walking out with a couple of paper bags, walking towards all of you.
Well, it seems that it'll be a fairly simple task then to reunite you.
Oh, Mila, I'm sorry. I wandered off, but Minx took care of me, and Minthara too, even though, you know, she's scary. Grandpa, it's fine. It's fine, Grandpa.
I love Minthara so much, so this is
It's a win
this
for
is my
you.
world.
I had Jahir for Callan and Elminster for Jericho.
Oh my, god.
God.
Jericho eating all the cheese.
Jericho eating all the cheese, telling you to kill yourself.
Old man cheese either, yeah? But yeah, it's okay, Grandpa. You were thinking about Grandma again, right? Yeah, I was telling Minsk about it. And how it feels right to be here. Yeah, Grandpa, yeah. Did you guys, have a good time going around town? Talking to people and asking around?
Was this your objective all along, to acquaint us with your city rather than actually find your grandfather?
Yeah, well, I noticed when I was a kid the adventuring types, most of them seem to like to go from A to B without, really thinking about everything in between, and well, regardless of what you guys intend to do, I know there's a lot of bad people in this town, but there's plenty of good, too. And we take care of those who do good around here. So here. And she'll hand Warwick the paper bags that are just full of, like, excess groceries that you guys couldn't find back in the stockyard. And some home-cooked meals to, like, tide you guys over for dinner later. She'll go. Be careful with the sugar in there, though. That's a luxury here, and if any hag offers you sugar, do not accept it, okay?
Right. Got it.
But, thank you guys for keeping my grandpa company.
Yeah, no problem. Who are the people he was referring to, though?
Grandpa's been around for a while. He's met all sorts of people who've ended up here. Although I think the chronicler has a better idea of who he's talking about, but, well, just excuse them for the ramblings of someone who's hitting that age. Just look back at him, staring vacantly at the fountain.
It's, pardon my saying, it's pretty remarkable he's been able to stick around this long in a place so hostile.
He said he'd made a promise. There was an adventurer who came here during his proposal, and that adventurer actually is the reason why that fountain is so nice. He enchanted it. It was this whole display for my grandpa to show his love for my grandma. And Grandpa promised he'd stick around till he could see him again.
That's
Well,
really sweet.
Yeah. Listen, I think it's really unlikely. That guy is probably either dead or out of here or some awful fate or maybe good fate, but Grandpa always said his name was Grandpa will speak up at like awakeness. Mordenkainen! Minx, you'll tell Mordenkainen to come back and see me, right?
If we see him, we'll let him know.
Thank you, Elminster. I know y'all weren't on the best of terms, but it would mean a lot. Yeah, anyways, I'll keep Grandpa company now. You guys ought to get going, okay?
Right. Well, we appreciate the roundabout way of having us be acquainted with your town, and thank you for the meat.
If you guys ever find yourself in need of meat, various kinds, because I can tell some of you might appreciate it, but yeah, let me know, okay? I'll see what I can do to help. Take care, y'all, and she'll sit back on the bench, and you can overhear her grandpa talking about how grandpa and grandma used to feed ducks together and stuff. It's just cute as it.
That's a sweet girl there.
Yes, it definitely is.
You guys can head back home. You've gotten your checklist done, right? You've done everything, right? So you can just head back home and see Aaron now, yeah?
Hell yeah, let's find Aaron.
Hell
Make
yeah.
sure he's in uniform.
Gotta make sure he's what?
Yes. He's
in uniform.
Yep.
Alright, and with that, you guys can all make it back home. Same path, past the winding streets of Vallaki, into the massive, gated-off fucking hill, up the large path, all the way back home, which, like, before it looked like a dilapidated piece of shit from the front, looks surprisingly clean now. A lot of the exterior damage has been noticeably repaired, some of it is more subtle. But as you all approach, the first thing you all notice, like, on the porch, is a very distinct, messy pile that even Aaron couldn't have missed. There is, like, a small table in front of a rocking chair with various empty cans strewn about, and most notably, a very large and, I wouldn't say ornate, but, like, detailed, like, crossbow. Like, it's got a lot of fucking modifications on it. Some large bolts next to it. You see another sort of, like, armament to the side of it, which Warwick would definitely not know what this is. Neither, maybe, wait, no, Ravenia would have, like, no industrial, like, knowledge, right?
She doesn't like work at a factory.
I don't know what her family owns, okay? Maybe you'd know, but... and Callan can barely make out the fact that this thing shoots at all. I think Jericho would know what this is. That's a fucking nail gun next to the crossbow. And as you're all like, wait, this is a bunch of weird shit, the door opens to your home, and the first things you catch are the silhouette of this extremely weathered hat and flowing red scarf. Two glaringly red lenses of a pair of glasses flare back at you all, and it's this first impression of like, oh, this is like somewhat heroic or courageous, but then as he steps out from the shadows of the home, you can see him with his like dirty, like, he's got this like tannish white skin akin to Jericho, but a bit more dirtier with like spots. He's got this like graying blonde hair that's unkept and everywhere under the hat. You see him like with a fork stirring through another can of what you could only assume to be mystery meat, with several stains of mystery meat along his shirt. And he lifts the fork up and like lowers his glasses and looks at all of you. I'm gonna put his art and character stuff as well as show it in the recording real quick, but yeah, this is the man who presumably owns the crossbow that fired. Here he is, and here he is for everyone at home.
Oh wow, he is so Western coded.
Dirty cowboy.
Oh no, he's high!
I told you guys, I made the companions during a very different, like, fucking obsessive arc from all of you, okay? And he, like, lowers his glasses and looks at all of you, raises them back up, walks over to the chair, and very haphazardly kicks the cans off the table and kicks his feet up and goes, "Howdy."
Hi there. I hope you are satisfied with your warning shot.
I mean, that was more helpful than warning. And he starts, like, eating the meat, but, glad to hear it left an impression.
Are you the Rictavio that's been frequenting our abode?
Alright, and then he sits up now and says, alright. You said Rictavio, and then I know some people call me Richter for some fucking reason. I'll make this very clear right now. I don't know what kind of voodoo shit's going on, but my name is Ringo. Ringo. Like an O, the ring around it, it's Ringo. Okay?
All right, Ringo.
Glad we got that settled.
Now, I ain't the prescient type, so what are all your names, if y'all don't mind me asking?
Jericho.
I'm Warwick. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Jolly Green.
What?
That sounds racist. I'm not gonna lie.
Like the Jolly Green Giant! He's a cowboy, he's gonna sound a little racist, okay?
Callan.
I'm gonna judge from the reactions that I should be a little less friendly, so I'll hold off on the nickname for now, Callan.
Oh no, please. What nickname did you have in mind?
I was going along the lines of a tall glass of water, but something tells me I ain't your type.
Yum.
Good on a hot day. And Ravenna will curtsy a bit and go, Lady Ravenna Dunaray.
Oh, we got a lady here. Nice to meet you, Lady Dunaray. And again, like I said, my name's Ringo. Listen, I'm a straight shooter outside of the bed, so I'm gonna be honest about this right up front. You can tell that I've had fun headcanning this character, okay? We're gonna end
I
on.
just choked on my drink.
I'm an honest and some of my friends would say a little too open of a man. Listen, I'm a vampire hunter. You may have heard of me. I don't know if we're from the same clan or whatever, but I kill vampires, and I kill them good. All right. I'm all about preparation and opportunity and just making sure it's done. Now, I can't exactly kill Strahd, despite being here for however long I was. Whatever shot I fire seems to go amiss. Whatever plan I got never really works. But I know y'all got them fancy cards that say you can, so give me one and I'll join you. I just want to kill Strahd and head home to my 2 kids. Because I know my ex-wife's only watching them.
You don't have a card.
I don't. Which is why I'd like one of those you got there. You got an extra one, right?
How did you get here without one?
You know, people who hunt vampires tend to find other people who hunt vampires. And I found this weird sort of like, y'all got a Germany back where you're from? It's a German fella. It was kind of crackpot crazy, so something about constantly coming back to Barovia and leaving Barovia and coming back. And I mentioned some grand vampire he couldn't kill. Well, I immediately thought I didn't want my kids anywhere around a fucker like that. So I may have taken a thing from that old German fella and volunteered to come here and kill the bitch myself. But, you know, without them cards, I can't do it. So, yeah.
You volunteered to come to this plane?
Well, I figured it'd be as easy as coming in, shooting the bastard dead, and leaving, but, yeah, I volunteered for that.
You and I have made a similar mistake then. But I'm afraid that, seeing as, quite frankly, we don't know you very well, Rango, I'm not particularly keen to be parting with any of our cards.
You got a few extra. I see the deck hanging out the boy's sash. Points to work.
He kind of
Be that
moves
as
to
it-
cover them.
Be that as it may, far be it from me to be mistrusting of a fellow vamp hunter. I'd rather us get to know each other a little better before we start trusting you entirely. If that's all right with you.
That's fair. A bit of precaution's a big part of the business. I understand. So you can hang on to those cards until you eventually give them to me, or give one to me. But don't worry, I wasn't about to just run out and fight Strahd by myself. I ain't no fool. I know I stand a lot better of a chance with at least, how many of you are there? 4? 4 of you with me. So don't worry, I wasn't just gonna run off like that. Especially not with good company like yourselves. Speaking of me, be rude of me not to offer. Would you all want any? And he holds up a can of, post-apocalyptic meat.
Warwick kind of straightens up a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm actually a little hungry.
Yeah, sure, here you go, kid. And he just fucking uses a knife and smashes open the top of it and tosses you the, like, open can.
I appreciate the offer, Mr. Ringo, but I think I'll pass.
We did just come back from grocery shopping after all.
Yeah, we got like actual meat if you want that, rather than whatever it is you're eating.
I kind of develop a taste for the stuff, but maybe when we have dinner, I'll try some of that real food y'all got there. But, before we do, you see, I had this whole, like, plan written out in my head where y'all were gonna give me a card, and then I was gonna tell you my plans, and then we were gonna head down to the bar to get, like, material 1 of them plans to kill Strahd. So, I think I can get to that part now that I don't actually, since we've done the card talking. That sound good?
Sure. Let us hear your fantastical plans.
Alright, so I don't want to spoil the big surprise on the attic till we've had material A, but I got a little something I've been working on that is, it will be a hard shot to miss on, old Strahdy boy. But, you see, I need materials and things, and most importantly, we all need allies for what I'm about to do. But, the only way to get them allies is to travel around Barovia, which, as you can all see, is a fucking shit show, yeah?
That's, putting it kindly.
Yeah, so, in that shed, I got 2 vehicles. I got 2 things to go from point A to point B. Vehicle 1 is now fucking broken and covered in werewolf piss, so that ain't an option. And that was something I learned about when I tried to travel around Barovia on my own, is that in the middle of the night, in the middle of this endless fucking night, something's gonna jump you, and then you can't get any fucking sleep, and you can't do any fucking prep without something knocking on your door asking to bite your fucking arm off. Alright, so I worked on a second vehicle, but I ain't about to let what happened to Vehicle 1 happen to Vehicle 2 now, right? So I got to thinking, I need something that sort of like scares off the, creepies and crawlies in the night. And that got me thinking, we got somebody in town who's really good at that. A certain, knight himself. Themself. I don't fucking know. I slapped their ass once and they got real fucking pissed. I was drunk. I'm sorry, it happens. But, listen, I was hoping, I've tried approaching them before, propositioning them to join me in killing Strahd, but, they're not really interested in a half harebrained scheme to kill the devil himself with, well, I'm not exactly the most trusting looking guy, right?
You're certainly quite colorful.
Y'all can be honest, I can take a hit. But yeah. So I figured since I got all of y'all with me, we could maybe convince the knight to join us, and at the very least, if the knight says no and continues to be an uppity little bastard, we could take his helmet, and that should be enough to, that'll be enough to get the job done.
Just their helmets?
Yeah, from what I could gather, looking at them, that's probably the part that scares them off the... Well, it doesn't really scare them, but it's sort of like a... Like, it stinks real bad to the undead in this plane, so, yeah, the helmet.
So what'll happen to them once we take the helmet?
I don't know, get used to showing their ugly little mug around town? You can always get them a spare. I mean, there's a bunch of model suits in this fucking house.
Seems like a pretty straightforward plan.
We could always bring a replacement with us and just exchange it while we're there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the most sense.
Ah, like a hermit crab.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Hopefully that old rusted... Oh, go ahead.
Not to put a damper on this, but this knight who seems to come back and forth often, they provide a service to this town. Would they still be able to do said service?
Now, I I'm a kind of guy who burns bridges and gets to them, so I didn't think that far. So we'll probably have to ask them about it when we get there.
Fair enough.
So, just so I'm ensuring that I'm on the same page as you, you wish to recruit us in your quest for vengeance to slay Strahd, where step 1 involves approaching the knight who distributes alcohol to children and either recruiting them or stealing their helmet. Is that a correct estimation?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Let's try and aim for the recruitment first.
I personally think we should weigh in more heavily in the getting to know the strange heavily armored man, or heavily armed man sitting on our front porch, asking us to harass random people in the city we just arrived in, before we engage in said harassment. But that's just me. Yeah, she kind of throws up her hands.
Alright, well, figured y'all can ask one thing each if you want. I don't think you'll enjoy the answers. I'm not exactly that complex of an individual. Continues eating the meat.
Wark's gonna sniff the can that he gave him. Is it, like, bad?
I mean, like, it's bad as in unhealthy, because it's, like, full of sodium and preservatives, like... whatever fucking happened to this meat, like, it could last through a lot, but it's probably not good as a long-term substitute for a diet, unless, I guess, you were this guy.
Not, like, expired or anything like that.
It's not expired. It's not expired. It is like MRE rations.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, we'll fucking eat it.
Does apocalypse meat ever truly expire?
That's true.
There's only ever one apocalypse, right? Alright. Well, if you guys want to know me, feel free to ask, but we can get to know each other over some drinks at the inn. Knight's also going to be there. Oh, Milivaj might be there too if you haven't met him yet. The old priest that, well, I say priest, but the bastard doesn't know half the shit he's reading, so.
I've had the pleasure of making his acquaintance earlier today.
Oh, that's nice. He'd appreciate the company. So, drinks and talks, or talk then drink?
Real quick, one question. What are your thoughts on the Burgermeister?
Did he tell y'all, did he offer y'all a proposition?
You could say that.
A bastard came to me when I introduced fruit to this town, and, offered me a deal, and I said, no sirree, I'm here to kill a vampire, and if you're in the way of that, I'm gonna kill you too. And then he looked very perturbed by that, and I fucked it right off.
I think, I'm starting to get the feeling we are going to get along just fine, Rango.
I appreciate that, Sir Jericho. So, anything else I'll need to answer, y'all? I got baby photos. Y'all like baby photos?
I'm curious, where are you actually from? You talk about these Germans and other things, but you're clearly not from here and from a decidedly more advanced plane of existence than where perhaps some of us may be originally from.
Well, we don't exactly got we got a place for a name for the place we're from, like the planet, the world, the plane. We call her Mother Gaia. I'm from a small little desert town called San Miguel. We got this saying, the sun's always in your hands, and there's a lot of worship of nature and the like, and the sun and the moon, and, you know, I'm not really into the whole, like, history thing or the culture. I'm just here to shoot vampires.
Fascinating.
Yep. We see sunlight, though. I know what that is, if y'all ever want to reminisce that, since nobody here fucking does. Look at me like a fucking crackhead when I say that what a sun is.
Yeah, I tried to ask the local priest when the last time people saw sunlight was. He had no idea.
Yeah, well, we're gonna fix that problem lickety split, alright? Anyways,
That would be good.
would y'all like to come on down to the inn with me, see if we can convince that knight to join us?
Sure. I think we better check in on Aaron first, though. Make sure he's all right.
Shoot! Yeah, we should do that.
Oh, is Mark's kid?
Yeah. Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw him. I made sure he didn't see me, though. I didn't want to freak him out, but, yeah, he's down in the basement cleaning my mess. Or, I mean, the mess that the house was before I got here.
Right. You might want to take it upon yourself to help him with that.
I've done plenty around here. Y'all see, I didn't waste my time here just growing fruit and veggies. And, shooting bad guys. But, I'll let the kid show off the house to y'all when we get back.
In any case, I do think it would be prudent to properly introduce you to him, seeing as it seems like we'll be sharing living accommodations.
Yeah, I ain't leaving. I'm kind of well adjusted to having a roof over my head now. But, I think we should do that when we bring the knight back, yeah? That way y'all don't have to do 2 introductions at once.
All right. Do we just want to shout down the basement and tell Aaron that we're okay?
At least drop off the groceries.
Yes, we
It's
should
not like we're
presumably
taking
drop off the raw meat.
Yeah, y'all can leave it on the table. The kid's about to come out, I think. Probably when we're leaving. What a coincidence, The DM saying I don't want to bring Aaron out yet.
Work will just go ahead and put up the groceries real quick.
Yeah. We'll take the sign from the universe to put the groceries in a safe, non-Aaron area for Aaron to get.
Yeah, anyways, y'all ready to go? Any other questions I can answer?
Satisfied for now?
And I promise
Yeah.
y'all, the moment something comes up, don't be afraid to tell me, alright? I don't bite. Little vampire humor there, alright? I see it's not sitting well. Alright, let's go. He's tried. Alright, with that, y'all can head on down to the inn. Where... I know he has shark teeth, damn it! It was a design choice. Anyways, you all head back to the inn where, as you've seen, like, the clocks and other things that have hung around for a little bit, it's like roughly, I would say at this point, like 6:30-ish. Anyways, you guys all head to the inn, and outside is a very depressed-looking Milivaj, who quickly explains that we can't have our usual drinking night. The knight's in there. Whenever the knight's around, none of us can get fucking shit-faced, so we're just gonna go. And Ringo's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna stay out of the night with these folks for a little bit. Y'all take care. And who are presumably the usual patrons begin walking off into the night as you all stare at the currently locked door to the inn.
Just to be clear, everybody in town seems to regard Ringo with respect.
These ingoers definitely do. People who see you guys walk by, you've seen a weird color. He's definitely a storied member of this town at this point. You can make note of that if you'd like or not, but he's garnered a very weird mix of, like, respect from guards to, like, looks of disapproval from, like, parents to, like, hey, Ringo, we'll go drinking some other fucking night, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely built a reputation here, and you can do that knowledge what you will. Ringo is, once realizing the door to the inn is locked, presumably because the knight's in town, Ringo is going to, almost like he already knows, is going to lift up a rock by the stairs and pull out a key. Now listen, don't go telling everyone I know about this. And he is going to unlock the inn and open up to, thankfully, the Curse of Strahd module comes with this map, God bless. It's less work for me.
Nice roof.
Oh fuck, there's I thought I deleted shit here. Alright. I guess that
I'm
didn't
just
save.
scrolling down the things since they're all next to each
it's
other.
there when we scroll.
Yeah, it's the first one up is the fucking roof.
But yeah, please place yourselves here as you all enter. I'm just gonna, those of you at home
I
looking
missed
at
that.
I
Yeah.
missed the ping.
pinging again and again.
Is it
Shift
shift
click
here?
again.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh,
the
I
entrance?
see, I see. I see it.
I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna assume it's the entrance.
My bad. I thought I fixed this. I don't know why Roll20 didn't save this, but yeah. As you can all see, the knight is sitting at a round table vibing with Erwin next to him, and they both immediately turn to look at the gaggle of people who have just wandered into the home. Oh, let me turn off Ringo there for a second. Recording, but yeah. You all come in, Erwin looks up and says, oh, we're close for the... Oh, it's you. He looks at Ringo. Is it using that? Ringo's like, yeah, it's me. Listen, Erwin, we won't be here for long. Just 2 bottles of red wine would be good. Y'all like red? I didn't want to assume brandy or whiskey or nothing. Erwin immediately says, you all need to be leaving now. We're closed for the night, please. And actually, for those of you as you walk in, give me a perception check.
Perception
Uh-oh.
check.
We're going for those 2 not ones, PP.
You got
A
this.
20.
It's better.
It's
Oh,
better.
yeah.
It's passable.
All right, first is Jericho.
Okay.
Ooh, another hot
Oh,
yeah.
Ringo's a little distracting, huh?
four. Yeah, just a little bit.
And then Callan. If it wants to go. Hello?
Hello,
Oh, there we
Callens. 11. All right.
Thank God there's a goth woman present.
Thank God.
All right. Upon coming,
+6 to this.
I will say upon coming in, okay, so Jericho, your eyes have been trained on Ringo's back. Yeah, either danger sense or curiosity. Callan and Warwick coming in, you've clocked in that like there is a meal on the table that the knight is about to eat. It's those pancakes and waffles that you guys got to try earlier. The very new menu item at the Blue Water Inn. Ravenna, off your artificial 20. You can see the knight was about to lift his helmet up, but then upon immediately clocking you all has like immediately put it back, like has like stopped the motion entirely, and it's just looking at all of you now. Come on, Erwin, y'all don't mind the company, right? I mean, we can't be that bad to eat around. And Erwin's like, listen, appreciate that, but it was private dinner tonight, okay? If you all could just go and come back another night, I promise you all a proper meal of like meat instead of waffles, or meat with waffles. I'll make a note of that for my wife. But why are you all with Ringo? He's like looking at all of you confused now.
He's squatting at our place.
Oh, right. And you all came with him here to get drunk? And he's like looking worried, like, please don't tell me I'm getting more Ringos.
No.
Actually, yeah, we're here. We wanted to talk to your knight over here.
Erwin's like, listen, I appreciate that. And the knight will like put his hand on Erwin's shoulder and go, no, I wish to hear them out. They had good hearts when I met them, and hearing them out here, even when they're accompanied by him, looks at Ringo, it'll be fine. I promise you, Erwin. Erwin's gonna take a step back and give you guys the space to talk to the rested knight.
You always as popular, Ringo?
I like to leave an impression. Certainly an impression upon parts of my armor that I would like to not address. I slapped their ass. You gotta bring that up every time, sir. I'm gonna... It's alright, well, I mean, I got to bring it up after you punched me in the fucking face for doing it. You know, we're gonna argue again. I'm gonna let y'all talk to them, and I'm gonna stand back here and maybe help myself to... And Erwin's immediately, like, dealing with the Ringo, trying to grab a bottle that was left on the bar counter. All right, you guys got the floor of the night if you want to give the pitch, because Ringo ain't got the charisma to do it.
Charisma. Well, as you can tell, we have quickly made a very distinct impression on this town and are on a bit of a hiring blitz, so to speak, when it comes to our actions to work against Strahd, as we have made no attempt to hide or perhaps deceive anyone about. And Ringo has been incredibly emphatic about his desires to see the deed done, and is frankly provided, despite your seemingly obvious and understandable animosity between the two of you. He did provide quite the ringing endorsement of your capabilities. And we feel that if you have any perhaps vested interest in seeing the situation resolved, that perhaps you could join us in furthering these particular objectives. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would perhaps be in a better place in their lives if they didn't have to rely on the liquors you bring to salve their souls if the self-proclaimed Dark Lord of this place has been taken out of the picture.
Lady Junare, while I do highly value your word, even if I were to join all of you, how long would our quest take to vanquish the evil that is Strahd, the devil himself? It would take... I bring enough spirits here for 2 weeks in a good time period. Just like Ringo chugging a bottle in the back. And whilst I understand that you are all from plains where alcohol flows like the river, here it's more medicinal, and unless you were willing to make repeated trips with me, every chance we got, to the winery out west, which would be quite the detour from your quest, I don't see a world in which I could join all of you on your adventure.
Understandable, you have your particular aims, but I assure you that we've only been here but 48 hours, and we've already had our run-ins with Strahd and his lieutenants, as well as having a nearly 50% increase in the available forces under our command. I could say that we will make at least some level of expediency in our efforts to tear down this regime. Additionally, if what you simply crave is some leniency in your own discretion, I think we could understand you having brief hiatuses along our aims for you to be able to help the good people of this city. And if, for example, we happen to run in similar directions when such times arise, well, we would have every incentive in the world to assist you. We have established our own base of operations here, as you have quite clearly become aware of, so I frankly don't see that your situation is as discriminating as you seem to indicate it is.
Well, I can certainly come to appreciate the lengths that you would all go to make sure that I could live up to my duty, my responsibility. As a knight, it is my duty. I could not bear with troubling all of you. Maybe one day I could join all of you, but not like this. Not as this. Perhaps if the winery were brought to Vallaki, and then like the knight's gonna turn to look at Erwin, who immediately shoots a glare like, no, we're not bringing the winery here. I see. It's unlikely that I will be able to offer any assistance. However, if there's anything else I could offer to assist all of you.
We are disappointed, but we will understand your particular intentions. If there's anything else that you could offer, then, well, we seem to have some indication as to the protective enchantments around your, and she kind of gestures towards his face, your helmet. And it seems that if you are unable to assist, as we would of course prefer, then perhaps you could lend us aid in your own way.
Well, it's like I'm much more nervous now. Like the knight's hands are like right around the helmet. I did offer anything, but perhaps not that. Maybe I could ensure that there was an extra keg of wine for your base. So, anything aside from the.
Disappointing to hear that such a lofty warrior so quickly reneging on their word. We have established ourselves as people who are willing to stand up against the oppressive regime that creates the very victims that you seek to help in your own way. Unfortunately, treating symptoms and not the disease is not really a long-term solution. However, if you can provide us the specific assistances that could assist us in eliminating this threat, well, I think that you'll see that your own aims are greatly enhanced, even at minor diminishment of the resources that you have available.
Damn, Red is really good at talking, damn! I understand that, but for let's say specific reasons, the enchantment on this helmet is unbeknownst to me, and I would be very, very grateful to you, Lady Dunare, if I were not forced to part with it. And
if the enchantment is if you're unaware of the specifics of your enchantment, well, then I think that there's not really much of a concern then as to its loss. I am a gifted arcanist in my own abilities, and I think that if you were to entrust something to perhaps a more specialized team of personnel, we could perhaps get to the bottom of it, perhaps returning it when we've completed our own tasks, with more insight into what it can do to assist you in your future endeavors. I understand
sister.
your reticence, but frankly, what is one helmet for the sake of all of the souls and tragically soulless who find themselves in this town at the mercies of a tyrant?
Yeah, you go, sister, Ringo shouts, all like going through another bottle. Arwen's still dealing with them. I'm in quite the bind here. I cannot explain the particular reason why I can't remove this helmet, and Ringo starts shouting, "Take it off! Take it off!" He's like, so, if armor could sweat bullets, this one absolutely is, because they cannot come up with a good reason as to why they should not help you, but a reason that they can share.
I apologize if perhaps I made a incorrect estimation as to your own heroic soul and desire to help the less fortunate. Forgive me, I find myself in a strange land, and all too often I see tyranny and oppression where there should be protectors and saviors. I deeply apologize for inconveniencing you. Clearly, you have much greater need for this than the rest of them, and certainly us.
My lady, you can look, the knight's on one knee at this point, taking the psychic damage. I see you're all very intent on taking me. Well, I merely ask that, not... You're all open people, right? You didn't... When you were outside today and you saw the people of Vallaki, undead and living, Barovian and non-Barovian alike, I can tell that you're not the kind to judge them, right?
She smiles and goes, as you can see from the cast of dramatis personae that we have gathered to our cause already, we come from disparate worlds with disparate backgrounds, but all find ourselves united in our mutual desire for freedom and to help embetter the lives of the people here. I assure you that there is little in this world that could perhaps stir our hearts against you, if that's your concern.
And the rest of you are with her on this.
She said a lot of words that I don't understand, but she seemed really confident in doing so. So yeah, we're a party. We stick together.
Right.
Our intent is to help the people.
Right, well, if I could trust all of you with the secret, everyone's gonna raise an eyebrow at this, like, are you sure? And it's like, they've got a point. I cannot do this forever, Erwin, not with these people from the looks of it. All I ask is that all of you keep an open mind to whatever changes or appearance I have, and they are going to slowly remove the helmet. And as they do, there's this chill that hits the air. Whatever, their armor begins to have this sort of like, you know that chilled look that bottles have in the fridge or whatever, the condensation when frozen in the fridge, right? Mm-hmm. It begins to chill, the air cold, it gets colder, your breaths become visible as... Jericho immediately clocks this. This is the kind of feeling a poltergeist would give you. As the helmet is removed and you see this individual before you, the helmet immediately dropping, Ravenna can immediately clock that this is some mix of illusion and alteration magic with a hint of celestial energy. As before you lies a... Oh, so that's the wrong image in the recording. That's also the wrong image in the recording. God, I'm fucking up. A woman with a body made of glowing blue-green flame, the air around her freezing. Her form has changed entirely from that like blocky form of the night to something more form-fitting. And as the spirits float around her, as he puts the helmet to her side, says, "Alright, I took off my fucking helmet. Y'all happy?"
This wasn't to antagonize you.
Listen, y'all can tell the helmet's kind of important to a gal like me, right? She like looks away kind of blushingly at Ravenna.
Will it have any sort of negative impact on you not wearing it?
I mean, when I ended up in this this plane, I found this armor and wore it, but whenever I tried walking around town without it, most people just, ghost, ooh, scary. Like even the other undead in this fucking shit town don't like seeing something like me, and well, it didn't exactly hit home with me to be something scary, so I kept the helmet on, and it also did some other neat things, like let me travel safely in Barovia, and, scare off anything that was afraid of divine energies. And I just, yeah.
If you're asking that if this changes any sort of perspective on who you are, then absolutely not. There's a wide variety of people here, all of which deserve to be protected.
I know, but coming out should be done at my own comfort, okay? Y'all are an exception, okay?
No, please.
Y'all had a plan or something, and fucking Ringo's like, yeah, we got a fucking plan. I just and he fucking slips on his third bottle and crashes and the chair breaks.
Jericho's gonna take the bottle from his hand.
No, I can listen. I it's my nightly routine. You can't.
No, friend.
Please.
Talk about your plan.
In response to the chair crashing, Erwin like kind of like preemptively goes to block the door before his presumably wife comes out. This older looking woman dressed in the same sort of black fashion that Erwin is, but with noticeably more feathers and hints of peacock feathers and greens. Also, let me take off the Shawnee. Take off the wisp. Sorry, I fucking read the comment. Now I can't look at the character any other way. Fuck! God damn it.
You had a ghost cat with a New York accent. It's shoddy.
I was gonna post the "It's my comfort character" meme. It's not Shawnee. Don't worry, it's not Shawnee from Manchester.
So this is what happened to her. This is what happened to her after she disappeared.
Yeah.
No, different character, legally distinct. Shush, I get to
Legally distinct.
Anyways, back to hot goth crow raven lady. As she walks out, you guys realize that a majority of the feathers on her body aren't coming from accessories, but her herself. And you can see her holding a platter of what seems to be like food between two raven claws instead of hands. As she comes out, feathers runs. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Did the rest did Wisp drop something? And it's like, no, you get back in the kitchen, honey. I mean, it just looks back at all of you, realizing that you can now see his sort of like monstrous wife, and with even worse timing coming down from the stairs as this. Oh my god, why isn't I hate Roll20 when it doesn't like use the default art as the token? Give me a second. He has a face. Here is. There we go. You guys can see coming down from the staircase this this other like younger man with a hair coming over one eye. He's got more of a like off-white purple color to his skin than a black one like his parents. He also has feathers. Also, as a pronoun check, the Wisp, I guess her name dropped early from Danica, from the wife bringing it up, but she goes by she, her. They, them was just because
They are she.
They are
she. Shut up! Shush. It was to keep the we are not non-binary because we are not they them because we're non-binary. We are they them because our gender is a mystery. There you go. Anyways, another
identifies an enigma.
Another man comes down from the staircase, noticeably young, and he also has feathers coming out. Father, mother, I'm sorry, I was preening. Is everything okay? Who also has feathers coming out? And Erwin looks between the two of them, and then all of you, and says, "Y'all better be good at keeping secrets." And he just runs up and closes the one open curtain as they get comfortable.
Ravenia will like look at the like behind the bar, and she goes, "Is there anybody else that should be coming in?"
The young man in the back speaks up and says, "No, my brother's managing the winery out to the west, and yeah. Hi, sorry, Dad. They know now, son. All right, honey, can you make a few more platters? Son, get some drinks ready at the counter." It's like they immediately get to it, and it's like, y'all can take seats where you want. I think we're gonna be here for a little bit.
Yeah, this is just a lot to process after that. Delightful. Well, now that we've all gotten to see each other for what we truly are, well, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful partnership.
Right, y'all, you all said there was a plan Ringo had. I could never really understand him through his, like, half-drunken stupor. Right, the plan, y'all, I got a plan. Y'all, you gotta trust me. I got a plan. I will explain it back at the house, because, I don't want any prying ears to hear about it. He's got his arm wrapped around Jericho now, like, I promise y'all the plan is real, but, first, Ghost Lady, we need you to be around so that we can travel Barovia without dying. That cool with you? And just like, I guess I am cool with that now, since, y'all know me now. She looks a little visibly upset.
Well, for what it's worth, I don't think you look weird at all, and I don't think Barovia should either.
Yeah, well, when you look at different shade of blue here, it's not exactly great.
Sitting and looking over at Callan.
Yeah, I can't imagine. The ghost is looking at Kyle now like, we've been through something similar, haven't we, fellow blue buddy?
You know, it was a bit of a surprise to see that every single person here had a similar skin tone to myself, yet we're not Ganassi, coming from a place that is purely Ganassi.
Yeah, well, I came from a big melting pot of people, so I'm not used to all this prejudice, ignorance, or whatever. Anyways, I got a name. You heard Mrs. Danica call me that. I'm Wisp. In my culture, we pick a name of something that fits us. It can be an object, it can be a thing, it can be a concept. I woke up. I don't know who I am. I see I'm a ghost. I'm Wisp.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Wisp.
It's a shared pleasure. Helmet off, too.
Happy to meet another blue person, considering.
Yeah, and well, Erwin, you want to tell them about your family? Erwin's like, yeah, so, please keep that a secret as well. We're from an order, of were-ravens. Do any of you have that back where you're from? Like, werewolves, but as ravens, I find is a pretty suffice explanation. My wife and, well, my younger son here, Bray, my wife Danica and my son Bray aren't exactly good at controlling their transformations, so I tend to handle the frontier, but much in the same way most people in Vallaki don't react well to ghosts, we try to keep the were-raven thing hidden, so if you could all keep that secret, we'd appreciate that.
Is there a particular issue around I guess the word would be corvanthropy?
I don't know the exact term for it myself, so don't worry, Lady Dunare. It's just, far as I can remember, my order came here to kill Strahd, and we haven't been successful in that, and I'd rather him not knowing my family is part of it, so it would be nice.
It does surprise me, I must say, that Barovia as a whole seems to have some sort of disdain for creatures and undead, given the majority of the population is, well, undead in some way, shape, or form.
Wish will speak up into that remark. Well, ever since Guardian learned about it, Vallaki's been, like, through a time of peace under the new Burgomaster or whatever, and I guess people got used to it. And now, while they do respect what they call the normal undead that walk through here, you know, the vampire spawn, the occasional flesh golem, the talking skeleton, well, whatever they're not used to is still, you know, people will be dicks no matter where you go. Anyways, y'all ain't off putting by me being a bit more myself now, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, everybody just raises an eyebrow, kind of gestures to all of us.
No, I don't mean like me being blue. I mean like when I got the helmet on, I say weird shit like forsooth. It's part of a magic, okay?
I kind of like you without the helmet.
I appreciate that, Mark. But
It's nice to see you certainly light up the room.
well, this glow's got to be good for something. It's also good at chilling things, and she grabs one of the drinks from Bray and chills it in her hand and passes it to Jericho.
Jericho will immediately put it out of arm's reach of Ringo.
Come on, give Daddy Ringo a sippy.
Jesus Christ.
No, I say you've had enough.
Right, I gotta be I'm a little competent enough to explain the plan when we get back, but don't worry, or we ain't gonna say shit.
We'll have you remain competent if that's all right with you.
Is this what alcohol does to people?
It certainly can.
They got the good stuff here, you know? Alright. Wisp is gonna look at you guys and go, well, while Danica is feeding us a few little bits of appetizers, after we finish eating, we go back to your place, here, listen out to the old crackpot, and then, go from there.
Yeah, well, I definitely think that we deserve a couple of drinks too, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure, we can take a few for the road. I just don't want to travel the Martikovs too much. They've been good to me, you know? Erwin, listen, if this gets in the way of the wine deliveries, and Erwin's like, no, don't worry about it. Wisp will figure something out. For now, it's getting late. I'm gonna take my wife upstairs to tuck her in. She's, needs some help transforming back as, like, she turns around, you can see, like, she looks very competent, just from the food and stuff, but she's got that, like, competent fail-wife energy of, like, you turn around and, like, you can just immediately see a big tail feather sticking out the back. Alright.
Shake your tail feather.
Mm.
But before they leave, I'm gonna drop this because I've had it for forever and it seems weirdly applicable now. Where Ravenia is actually gonna hold out that fucking, like, holy symbol of the Raven Queen that she found off that paladin in the death house.
Erwin's gonna look at that and go,
yeah,
just
show it to them.
Did you, that's, where'd you get that?
Seemingly a lifetime ago, man. It's a gesture of goodwill. Where I come from, the Raven Queen has a great deal of significance in the fight against the undead, and we respect that.
Danica, sweetie, give me a second here. Listen, my kin don't exactly know the language well, but I've been practicing from what my family's been passing down, and Ravenia, you speak Sylvan, right?
Second. Yep.
He's going to speak in Sylvan in the dialect of the Raven Queen's court.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
Verily, motherfucker, verily!
Did she send you?
I don't believe that my particular path is a direct route here from her will, but you can say that I have more than a little connection to her particular court, and if I can do anything to lend my assistance to fighting the good fight, well, then I will gladly do it.
He's going to speak in common now. I will send some material to your home, passed down in my order. The fact that you radiate with her energy, the fact that that symbol ended up in your hands, I will make sure you have the tools you need, my lady. And this is the DM's way of saying I will finish the lore documents and drop them in lore chat, and we don't have to do exposition of her voice. One word of advice I might give you. There are many hags in this realm, but the hag mother herself, here at least, is Baba Lysaga. Do not trust her. She lies opposite to our order.
Ravenia, just real stone face, goes, noted.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Noted. Alright, Erwin's gonna take Danica upstairs to help her de-shift, but that moment, Bray is gonna walk up to all of you and go, listen, my brother's running the winery out west, like Wisp will tell you, and Wisp, you want to help him, right? And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I fucking love Braum. But Bray's like, well, listen, this tension between him and Dad's gone on a little too long, and even if he won't admit it, I'll admit it. It'd be better if Braum were here, so if you could just head out there and see if you could bring him back and the winery. Feels like a real simple way of dealing with both your problems at once, right? Wisp was like, yeah, fucking A, Bray, I'll keep that in mind. Alright, rest of y'all, all good on appetizers and drinks, ready to go?
Quite. This has been a illuminating evening.
Well, forgive me for whatever the fuck I'm about to say when she's gonna put the helmet back on to walk you all back to the house from the inn. Well, my friends, let us make haste. Verily, forsooth.
Oh no, the words again.
You don't have to talk like that if it's not.
My
Something you want
apologies, Lady Callan, but the helmet stays on during travel.
Lady Callan is far above my station, please.
I promise you, Callan, any words that come in this form or the other share the same intention, milady. Now please, let us make haste, before Ringo
Thank
finds
you.
himself into another bottle.
Thank you, thy knight.
And with that, we'll head back to your home real quick. Just stopping the Vallaki map really quick. As you all make your way back home, you can see out front Aaron heaving a big bag of trash to a ever-growing pile of trash, and looks at all of you and waves. Hey guys, it's all good now.
Well, thank you very much for your hard work, Aaron. Looks like you've been putting in a lot of elbow grease there.
Yeah, and other kinds of greases to make sure, like, the doors don't, like, make noises when you push them. Anyways, I was wondering if I could show you guys the place as, like, a little reward to myself. And your friends, too, I guess?
Absolutely. By the way, Aaron, before any of us forget, this is Ringo. He's going to be staying with us.
Oh, that's Mr. Richter! Oh, I'm glad to see you guys met him. And Ringo just looks at you guys like, fuck, dude. I'm not... Kid, I need you to repeat after me. My name is Ringo. Can you say Ring? And then Aaron goes, right, Ring. And then he goes, all right, so you can say Ringo. And Aaron's like, yeah, Richter. Your name's Richter, right? I'm gonna fucking, I hate this fucking voodoo fucking magic place. And the rusted knight is going to look at all of you and go, is this young man, as the youth say, cooleth?
Yeah, this is Aaron. He's with us.
And then Wisp is gonna take the helmet off and go, fuck yes, alright, fine. Listen, little shit, don't fucking say anything, we aren't gonna have any problems. And Aaron's gonna go, oh, okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. You can stay here, I guess. And with that, I would like to take all of you to your home map. I worked really hard on this, so please say only positive things. But I know it's gonna be really zoomed in. Just zoom out all the way as best as you can. It's kind of segmented weird to like save space. Feel free to place yourselves all here, or like don't even like you can just look at the map. I'll just ping where stuff is. So this down here is the first floor. Right here is the entryway into our like little living room. I've segmented off like a little space so it's more homey, more inviting. You can all see where I'm pinging and pointing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Over here is like a nice little resting space, tea room if you wanted. There's a nice little piano in the back if any of you feel like getting fancy. Here's our big shared dining room. Over here is the kitchen. That is a fridge. I know it looks like a stove, but that is old-timey fridge. There's the way into the basement. There's a little like outdoorsy area here before you go into the garden in the back with some like things to help with that, like water and grass stuff. I forgot to put doors here. There's a door here and a door here. This here is like the little trophy room, armory room that you guys can like kind of upgrade your stuff in or store stuff. Here's like a little study. That cot is there for later. I'm going to...
Oh.
That's
a tool. That's a mystery tool we're going to use for later.
Yep. Over here, up these stairs. So these stairs right here on the left lead up to the stairs here on the second floor. Here's like the main hall that you guys can go through. I didn't make any bathrooms, so don't ask. This is the DM talking, by the way, at this point, not Aaron. I'm not going to
We
give
suffer
my
from sim syndrome. We get trapped.
I like the Stardew Valley headcanon of like the bathrooms are outside the player scope. They exist. They just don't need to be rendered. I am not giving my players Skibbity Toilet RP.
I do appreciate that almost every bed has a little stuffed animal on it, though.
Aw.
Fittingly, this blue room here is Callan's. I gave her like some. I know she's got the fucking jar of infinite yaoi, but if she needs more space,
Is that her unique item?
that's her fucking magic lamp as part of her pack.
Just shelves and shelves of BL manga.
Oh,
Yeah.
God bless. This messy room up. I rendered them as if you guys had lived in them. So this room up here is Jericho's. As you can
That
see,
checks out.
yeah, very utilitarian. Got lots of notes and tools on the desk. Kind of messy bed. To the right of it is Warwick's room. It's all green and stuff. He would definitely take stuff from the
That's
garden
cute.
upstairs.
So cute.
He gets the largest plushie to hug because he physically needs it.
Aw.
Over here is Ravenya's room, as you can see. Like I said, the biggest in the
Goddamn.
house.
Yo.
The biggest, jeez.
Of course,
Yup,
of course.
Little changing screen I made just for her and everything. Big fancy pattern. Bear
Love
under
it.
the bed. You know, all these pillows and comfort. This
Thank
room right
you.
here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This room right here is Aaron's room for now. He's got the two beds together. This room down here is going to be Wisp's room eventually. This room here is nobody's room right now. This ladder.
Is Ringo still gonna sleep in the basement?
Ringo is going to sleep in the attic that I have not rendered because it would be like a 4x4 square. But this step ladder that is currently locked leads to the attic. Ringo will like take you to that mine theater later. If you go out the back, right here, you can see that we have a little garden I've prepped for, you know, anything you guys want to do. Ringo did make this garden, by the way. He did not waste time not cleaning the house. He just made a garden instead for tools and preparation and vampire hunting stuff. You see tomatoes and vegetables and herbs, mushrooms, a well, various plants and
Garlic.
trees here. Wait, Ailey?
I said garlic.
Garlic, And upon player request, Ringo did make a hot spring in the upper right.
Yep.
Listen, he needs his rest, and so does everybody else. So y'all have hot spring RP, I guess. And then if you guys want to scroll all the way back to the bottom, I know you on to a little workspace to work on stuff, and yeah, Ringo did say he'd make a second vehicle. This broken vehicle down here is Vehicle 1. Vehicle 1 up here, I kind of ramshackled, is the RV you guys will be traveling
Oh my
Barovia in.
Oh my god.
So we can bring the whole posse with us.
Yeah, the whole gang gets to go, except Aaron. Here is like a little workspace, because we can't have
That's
this in
cool.
the
We
house.
weren't going to invite him anyway.
Yeah, not yet, at least. Boy needs to level up a little bit, but yeah, here's a little workspace for like smithing and building stuff because we can't want to have one in the house for legal reasons. But yeah, that's your home. For the audience, this map will come up as the players need it for RP, but for now, just enjoy staring at it as we go through this.
Thank you, Sif.
This looks so good, Sim.
Yes.
It
This is
looks
awesome.
so good.
I wanted to make a dollhouse for my friends. But yeah, as you guys all return home, Ringo will quickly sober up and ask all of you to come to the attic with him. I promise, ain't nothing creepy up there. I ain't gonna show anything weird. Well, it's weird, but in like a good way. So if y'all could, part of the plan, I promise you. I promise you, y'all will have unending faith and trust in me after I show it to you, okay? So,
We'll
well,
need to cast outs at this point.
Okay.
so it'll take you all
I'll
to
trust you.
So you guys go up to the second floor. He'll unlock the little attic hole and some stairs will come out. Not dusty at all. They've been well used. He seems to go up and down them a lot. And as you guys enter the attic, it's not an attic per se. As I mentioned when you guys first saw your home last session, there is a clock tower above your manor. It is you see an assortment of gears churning in the middle of the tower as you all walk up this winding staircase to reach the apex of the tower. As you get to the top, You see, first off, you see a little like dingy corner of like a cot and like various stuff. This is like where probably Ringo has been sleeping this whole time and will continue to sleep in this messy little pile here. You can see cracks and breaks formed in the walls of the tower. Jericho and Callan, you can clock these as vantage points. Ringo most likely used them to scope out the town, and you even see one pointed at the entrance you guys came in from. There's another crossbow here, built more heavily, but it can't move. It looks harder to move than the one he had downstairs. And most noticeably, there is a crack above all of the structures and the bells and the gears, running down on a podium in the middle. It's a very weird podium, or pedestal, however you want to call it, with various tools wrapped around it. It's sort of like a makeshift workstation, but there's something in the middle of it hung up, sort of like a weapon on display, but for a more of a utilitarian purpose. Like there's like, it's there for a reason other than to look good. The weapon itself that's on this table is, I need everyone to make me either an Arcana or I would say investigation, like even though you guys are just looking at it. Arcana or investigation. I'm telling Jericho right now, Jericho has advantage just to get a bit more lore on this, but he would already know what this is.
Galore.
Ooh.
Yummy, 11.
Oh, that's a pretty impressive 11 for Warwick. I'm gonna be real, that brain's in overdrive, Yulia.
He's a big braining right now.
Investigation or Arcana.
Ooh, a 0 or 0.
Yeah.
Well, probably investigation for me.
Yeah.
I think that would make the
Jericho
most
does have
sense.
advantage on this anyways. Oh,
Hell
damn.
yeah.
Alright, all of you can immediately clock that this is a weapon that is high technologically, right? Warwick, you've, maybe in your travels, when either dealing or fighting a wizard or an artificer, you may have seen schematics that maybe are like a part of this thing. Ravenia, this, even for Nexus's level, you can immediately clock it as either a weapon that's like either ahead of Nexus or like like if Nexus went down a different technological route, it would reach this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Callan, you too would clock that it's like it's advanced. Off that 18. All right, first off, the free shit Jericho gets, this thing fucking kills vampires. It looks weird. There's like a giant lens in the middle, but you can already tell it's used to magnify something. You can tell that this sort of thing, like, for some reason, some primal part of you just knows that this kills vampires. Off your 18, Jericho, your, like, natural 18 without needing any advantage, this thing looks like, you've seen the technology that vampires in your realm use, right? Like, Jericho's seen it before. This looks to be, like, the complete antithesis. Thank you, word bad. Antithesis to that technology. Like, if your world had gone in the opposite direction historically, it would have come to that. A tool that is used to slay vampires. Yeah, and then it, like, seeing that you guys are kind of like staring at it, even Wisp's kind of staring at it, acknowledging the threat it has, Ringo's gonna look at y'all going, no, this ain't it, this is my lack. This is mine. He grabs the gun and puts it into his pocket. This is a solar gun. The name kind of makes what it does obvious, but that ain't why I brought y'all here. Listen, I'm kind of not in the right headspace, so I can't use my muscles right. Listen, Warwick, Wisp, if y'all can move this table about 5 feet in that direction, just any direction really, just move it a little bit. And,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just move it a little bit. And Warwick, as you get in position and move in, Wisp starts pulling, and you begin to like enter the space that the table was in. It hits you. For like a split second, you swear. You feel it dance across your skin. You feel a warmth you haven't felt since waking up in Barovia. You feel a singular ray of sunlight coming down from that crack at the top of the clock tower. And like almost in bewilderment, you look up through the cracks in the side of the tower and it's still dark outside. It is still nighttime. It is still always nighttime in Barovia, but in that one spot, that singular spot, you can feel sunlight.
Oh. Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
Yeah, you feel it. Nah, I'm not gonna explain it to you, boy. I'm gonna, you all hop in here. You all hop in here. You each get a turn in the spot.
Oh, yeah, guys, you should stand right here.
I think
Warwick
if
will kind of
anybody
move out of
needs
the way
this,
to Jester.
yeah, I think if anybody needs this, gestures to Jericho.
It's warm. It feels really warm.
Warm how exactly? And he'll sort of inch closer and stick his hand out in the space that Warwick mentioned.
It's really faint. It's probably not even enough to leave a little bit of vitamin D across your fingers, but you feel its warmth dancing and tingling across your skin, crackling almost. That is sunlight. Yeah.
How is this possible?
I don't know. I ain't no wizard or anything, but listen, Ismark's family, the Kolyanoviches, got this property a long time ago. So something tells me that maybe somebody knew what was up ahead of time and built this tower right here, just high enough to reach this height at this point. I ain't no, physics guy or no science guy, but maybe Strahd's hold over this plane ain't exactly perfect. Maybe there's like a little gap that maybe we could pry open. Now, I've tried shooting the bastard with my gun every fucking time, but something always comes up. Fate's just in his favor that I'll miss. I'm a good shot, I assure you, but I don't know why. It feels like Lady Luck herself don't want me doing it. But if we bring back the sun before killing Strahd, that's a shot I can't miss. You get that, right?
I think that makes the most sense, given it being his natural weakness, but considering that no one here has seen sunlight in who knows how long, that might be a pretty daunting task. I imagine he's got something to do with it.
I don't know the story. They say he's the devil come to wreak havoc for their ancestors, or some people are aware of maybe like he had a dark past, made a dark deal. Point is, he brought the knot here forever. I think it's time we bring the sun back. And I've got a tool and a schematic that can help us with that, an old tool from home, but I need time to build it. And most importantly, it's gonna take a good amount of fucking time when I set it up. It ain't gonna bring the sun back instantly. And everything in this fucking plane's gonna know what we're trying to do. So we need people to help us defend the damn thing when it starts. And most importantly, we need those damn tarot cards, because if Strahd himself comes to stop us, I can't do shit. And he puts his hand out towards Warwick and goes, so please, pull out that deck and give me a card.
He'll kind of turn and give a glance to everyone in the room, the original party, just to kind of see how they feel about it first. What their initial vibes are giving off.
Jericho, I trust your expertise on this.
Well, it's hard to trust people, I'm finding, in a place like this, where everyone is desperate to save their own skins. That being said, I think that Ringo here is genuine in his intentions to slay this bastard once and for all. And I don't know what kind of manner of technology it is that he's working with. Just from a quick glance, I can tell. This is some powerful shit that I wish I had back home.
Well,
So,
Stick with me and I'll teach you how to get one of your very own.
I would be mighty appreciative, but I think that if he's got a way to bring back sunlight, that's a chance we can't pass up.
Yeah, you're right. Okay then. And he's gonna reach in and pull out one of the cards.
Now, Ringo,
Yeah.
that being said, I hope you realize what this means to us. Because so far, we've been fucked over by anyone we've tried to trust. That or they end up dead. So try not to die or fuck us over.
Or both.
Or
I'm not-
both.
I'm not keen on the whole latter part, and I'll be honest, you're all the first folk I met that I can talk to for more than a sentence without making them drunk, so I appreciate that. I'm gonna do my best not to disappoint y'all. Wouldn't be good for my kids if I was that kind of person. And Work, as you pull out the deck to pull out a card, one of the cards immediately flies out towards Wisp, who catches it. Almost like instinctively. She holds it up.
Goes to Wisp.
Yeah, goes to Wisp.
Hmm.
And she is going to hold it up, and it is the Arcana of the Star, and it is shimmering the exact same way that all of your cards shimmered. She's going to go, oh, I guess this means I'm for really part of you guys now. Huh. That's nice. Then while you're all looking at that, Ringo's gonna like absentmindedly flip through the cards in Warwick's hand and just pulls out the sun and says, "Yeah, no, the sun, that's me. That is me." It does not shimmer the same way that all of your cards shimmer. I'll just hang on to this one then.
Sus.
Yeah. All right, listen, it's we have about half an hour left in session. I did want to do a thing with Strahd showing up and offering a Chaos to these two, but I could save that for next session if you guys want to do the dream stuff I mentioned before.
Dream sequence.
I think
dream
less
sequence.
Strahd is better.
Cool, so you're fine with us. You guys are fine with us opening up the Strahd next session when we're back. Perfect. Back
Let's go.
back, baby.
We'll let that queen get his time.
So to make sure that we have time for everything, and because I think I have stuff for Jericho and Ravenna, and if we get back, when we get back, Callan and Work if they want. I mainly need to get this out of the way for Jericho and Ravenna. Apologies, guys. I love all of you equally.
No. Get him.
Go get him, Tiger.
I think
Ladies first.
I think Ravenna is going to take longer, so
Oh,
I'm going to say we're going to hand wave and say.
Yeah, go for Ravenna.
Yeah, after a bit of camaraderie feeling between all of you guys as you share the cards, and also, by the way, Aaron's been staring with you guys the whole fucking time.
Yeah, Aaron was also appearing in this film.
Yeah, you all return downstairs and eat your leftovers for dinner, the stuff that you got from Mila and from Danica, and it's a good dinner. It's a good, relaxing dinner and vibing and some drinking, maybe a little too much for a certain cowboy, but you all can return to your beds for the night. I'm starting off with Jericho. Jericho, did you eat your dinner?
No, he did not.
Did you decide to vomit? Your fast?
He hasn't recently. But
I
he
think,
also hasn't ingested anything.
yeah. I think it might be time for a purge, like a you're in your room by yourself. You could quickly make a purge and chuck it in the bathroom or out the window or whatever. So
Yeah. I think feeling that he would quickly, excuse himself and go to his room, make the excuse that he's tired.
So, as you sit there, you start to sweat. Now that you're finally in what you can assume to be a safe space, you let go of that composure. You start to sweat and break down, and you lie on the ground clutching your stomach, trying desperately to to push through with your fast, with your repentance. And you begin to purge yourself of the nutrition that was given to you, of the gifts from Mother Earth that you don't deserve, that you cannot draw strength from. And as you lie there on the floor, your eyes turn up, and you know this feeling, this feverish feeling of hallucinating, of seeing things that aren't there but feel all too real, especially on this night as you see this monstrous red caricature of yourself staring down at you, kneeling. Get up. Pathetic. We've survived worse than this.
I'm trying.
You're trying.
I can't. I'm doing everything that I'm meant to.
Meant to? You know there's nothing we can do, right? We're not meant for much more than this. There's no point in this, right? You know we're a liability like this. Can't eat, can't drink, can't last. What do you think will happen when they find out you can't put up to snuff?
And I reckon they'll kill me.
Oh, is that what you want? Is that what you need? It's like laughing a little bit, and you can like feel his body dripping onto the floor next to you, and you can't tell if it's your own vomit that's spilled out from the bucket or this hallucinated blood dripping over you. Is that what you want? For them to give up on you the same way you gave up on yourself?
If that's what happens. If that's what it comes to.
If only you'd be so lucky, but you and I both know before they even find out you'll succumb. You'll mess up. You'll sin again. And when that happens, oh boy, I'm looking forward. And as he says that, the door is going to creak open with light from the hallway bursting in, sort of like melting him away. You can see a silhouette in the doorway. That silhouette, who do you think it is? Who do you want it to be?
I think in his moments of greatest distress, even if he knows it's not real, even if he knows it's a hallucination, he, above all else, he would hope to see Tristan.
Would you call out for his name?
Yes.
Walking into the room carrying a small candle and sleeping wear. Now, I told you already, my name is Ringo. Okay, I got enough problems. People call me Richter and Rictavi. Now, Tristan, and closes the door behind him. Listen, I could smell the acid dancing across your lips back down in that bar, and I figured you were one of them fast and toughs. I didn't realize it was this fucking bad.
Damn it, Ringo, just go. Just go. I'm fine.
You can't get up and make me, can you? you wriggling down there. You need to eat, you know that, right?
I'm fine. I'll be all right. Just leave me be.
He is gonna kneel next to you and force you back onto your, like lying on your back. So you're forced to face him. It says, listen, you and I both know that if you don't decide to eat, if you want at your best, your mind's gonna falter. And Strahd's gonna take advantage of that. Heck, you can hate me. Listen, I know you said that you needed people you can trust. I'm the kind of trust that you need, not the kind of trust you want. You can blame me for this. You can tell your God above that I sinned for you, alright? This is not on you. And he's gonna take a jar out of this sort of like red viscous liquid and open it up and begin spilling it onto your faces. Open up, let it in.
No, damn it, no.
Don't. And he like puts his knee upon your chest to force you to like react, and almost like a wincing pain, you can feel it enter your mouth. And it tastes good. And you feel guilty for that. You feel hatred for the fact that you are enjoying what should be your repentance, and you feel satiated for the first time in forever. You feel like you're eating, like you're able to be whole, and then it hits you. Hints of herbs, garlic, and tomatoes. As Ringo is force-feeding you pasta sauce. It feels so good. And it's I know you avoided eating just the noodles that Lysaga sent you before, but this sauce, it feels like you shouldn't be like ingesting it, but you feel full from this. You feel satiated, and those pangs in your stomach begin to almost like settle at like a compromise with this, and you slowly fade away and sleep. And in your like last blinking moments, he gets up, wipes the sauce off himself, and says, a few more stains never hurt. Listen, you can hate me in the morning, but for now, just get your fucking sleep. I'll leave the jar here in case you feel like seconds. And he puts it on the table and then pauses for a moment at where you threw your coat. And then he reaches in and pulls out a book. A book that maybe a Piddlewick had in their throat. And says, I'm gonna take a little early read at this if y'all don't mind. I'll show you what it's got in the morning, Jericho. You get your rest. He leaves the candle in the room as well to like give you some light before he leaves. And you begin to doze off and sleep. All good with that, big man Maris?
All good. All good.
I hope you enjoy your force feed pasta scene.
Thank you. Thank you for the pasta.
Homoerotic force feeding pasta.
You will not be fasting in this household. I'm sorry. Repent another way. Alright. Now I believe I had something for a Ravenia that might go on a little
Who's to
longer.
say? Who's to say?
Ravenia, as you begin to get nice and settled in your big fancy room, your big fancy ornate master bedroom, you hear a clink at the window. And if you look at it, there is a white raven sitting on the windowsill pecking.
Oh god.
Yeah?
Ravenia will walk over to the windowsill and look at the raven.
It'll begin to like hop into the room, maybe like perch on like a table, and then its mouth is gonna like chirp open and like this bird speak and go, close the door, chirp chirp.
Ravenia will close the door.
And as you turn around, you can see Baba Lysaga sitting on your nightstand. Apologies, dear. I fear as though some of your friends may not have let me in the front.
A reasonable assumption.
Now, I hate to be straight to business, but it is late, and my power does wane as I lose sleep, but I promised you news on your sister, right?
The smile entirely disappears off Ravenya's face as she stares, very like wide-eyed, and goes, "You've heard something?"
I have done so much more than that, my child. I have taken advantage of every resource and asset at my disposal. I will not let another pair of sisters be separated in my eyes. I will show you your sister. But it's not so simple. We are going to do a simple alteration to a scrying spell. You are going to sleep as I watch over you, and you will dream and see your sister through the eyes of one of my assets. It'll be like you're there, but your spirit, your mind, and body will remain here, but you should be able to interact with her and speak with her when you get back.
I'll be able to speak to her again.
Yes. I assure you, my dear, I won't let the Raven Queen ruin this. Now come. Quickly get to bed. I will spread these herbs and spices around to accommodate the spell, okay?
Yes, of course. She'll lay down.
Mm-hmm. And tie to bed. She'll light candles near you. The room will get dark. She'll sing you a little lullaby as you go to sleep, or hum you a little lullaby. And as you doze off, you are not greeted by the void of sleep, but instead by this sort of vision, this obfuscated vision, this tunnel of light that begins to pull back, and you realize that you're back in Nexus in some way or form. It doesn't even begin to, you don't even begin to question how you're able to reach back into this plane given Nexus history, but why question it? You're back.
Yep.
You look down to see the wooden hands of a doll that quickly begin to have flowers bloom over quickly and then wilt away, revealing your skin. As Baba Lysaga whispers into your ears, "This transformation will only last for so long as my magic can hold. My agents have spotted your sister at the nearby library. She's unaccompanied by guest or god due to some interference. Run. Find her."
No second thoughts. Ravenya just blitzes.
You get moving, and you're back in the town that you, all the way back to your origin session, all the way back from the start. You can, you see the same townsfolk, the same buildings and structures, your father's sigil and propaganda everywhere, and you make it all the way to that library. And just like she said, there's nobody here except a very familiar silhouette in the distance, perusing through a bookshelf. And it stops being familiar and it starts being just her. Her green hair and orange butterfly charm, her flowing dress, the back window, her hands, her eyes, they turn back and face you. It's your sister.
Morgan! Morgan!
Oh, hi, how can I help you?
It's me, it's Ravenya. I've been looking everywhere for you. Are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine, but I'm terribly sorry. Who are you? She's like sort of like motions, like moves back a little bit, kind of taken aback by your sudden emotion. I'm sorry. Yes, I am Morgan, but I'm afraid I might not be your Morgan. Is everything okay? Do you want me to get some of the staff here to help you?
No, all I want's you. It's me. It's Ravenya, your sister.
I believe I would remember a sister if I had one. But, no, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm certain whatever you're going through must be a lot. But please, if you come with me or let me go get a guard, I'm certain we can get everything sorted.
No, what did they do to you? I've been looking everywhere for you. I've been trying so hard to make my way back to you.
I certainly appreciate your efforts. Ravenia is like staring absentmindedly, and their eyes shoot open with like a little bit of hope, and she waves, and this man, this noble-ish figure, walks up and sort of like stands between the two of you and says, yes, Lady Morgan, my love, is everything all right? Yes, my fiance. This person was just a little confused and was wondering if we could help her.
Morgan, how can you not recognize me? It's me. You need me.
I haven't needed anyone in a long time, thanks to a very special bird. But I have help now. Plenty of help, as you can see, as she clutches her partner, you presume. Sort of like, she clutches him, but like, it seems to be not out of love, but out of fear. And I want you to give me an Arcana check or a Perception check.
Okay, I'm gonna do Perception. I'm better at that.
Okay. All right, perfect.
A 23, not bad.
You notice the shadows dancing along the shelves behind her, and while the man who you kind of remember to be like a more haughty noble that was mainly interested in like some political marriage between you and your sister and him, fucking creep. You can notice in the shadows dancing behind your sister. It sort of grows larger and larger, and then you see a pair of violet eyes stare back at you as the shadow sort of like draws the silhouette of a weapon out slowly.
Ravenia will like run over and grab Morgan's arm and try and pull her away from the man. Say, they're tampering with your mind. You have to come with me. I'm the only one who can keep you safe.
No, let me, and as she's trying to shove you, that shadow will swing quickly, and you feel your body cut in half as the thudding of two halves of a wooden puppet hit the floor, and everything fades to black, and you wake back up in your room, tears welling up in your eyes.
Ravenia will scream as she bolts upright in bed, as she's like, her hands still trying to reach out towards Morgan. And just, you need me. I need you.
And then Lysaga will immediately grab you mid-scream and pull you in for a hug, muffling you on her shoulder, so like other people don't barge in, hopefully. And she begins to cry with you. You can feel the tears welling up beneath her mask roll down the sides of her face onto your shoulder. Is everything okay, Ravenia? Is she okay?
She doesn't even know who I am.
She took her from you, didn't she?
That's not possible. It can't be possible.
I assure you it is, and as she pulls back, not powerful Fae live for a long time, Ravenia. They don't get to live that long with a spotless history, and she undoes the mask. And you can see across her face the disfiguration where her eyes would be. This mix of frost-bitten skin and feathers eking out over this mass of flesh over her eyes. A branding mark, one with magic all too familiar. Before she quickly wraps her face back up and goes, Ravenia, I assure you, you are not alone in this as well. I promise you. And you begin to feel her as she pulls you back in for another hug, you feel her magic peel back like layers of an onion. And you go deeper into herself, deeper into her sense of being as she holds you tight. And then you feel it. Your magic. Her magic. The Raven Queen's magic. You didn't think you were the first one. You and your sister were the first ones made by the Raven Queen. Right? And almost as she pulls you back, almost in like that Spider-Verse, like spider sense, flaring up sense, you feel your magic sync up as you both look at each other.
But I was made for her.
You and I were tools, made by someone who only sought to further her own agenda. And we will fix that. Because despite everything, you still love your sister. You still need to be with her. You still want to be with her. Right?
More than anything else in the world.
Then I promise you, I will not let you go back to Nexus with the power you need to take her back. I won't let what happened to me happen to you. She pulls you in for another very tight hug.
Ravenia kind of begins to hug back, just feeling very empty, and goes, "Is it really possible that I can get this?"
I am strong. And under me you will be... No, you will be greater than I will ever be, Ravenia. I'll see to it. Birds of a feather have to flock together, as my sister would say. Now, I will leave for the night. I have enough strength to make it back to my hut after this, but rest, Ravenia. I promise you, we will get Morgan back. And unless you have anything else to say to her, she is going to bird out the window. Not to be confused with bat.
All I could think was the bat. Yeah, Ravenia will just kind of watch her go and just... I'll get her back.
As you look down, you can see that at some point, Lysaga affixed a small little bracelet around your wrist, almost to say that she's always with you.
Ravenia will kind of fiddle with it as she thinks for a moment. And just goes, "If this is what I have to do, I will protect her. I will find her. We'll be together again. And nothing in this world will stop me."
And with that, I believe Ravenia will go to sleep, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's all I got for dream sequences, guys. We've got about 10 minutes left, so I do want to do a little sneak peek of what'll happen after a hiatus. Just a little, what we'll be doing next time. Let me see, where the fuck is the map? Ah, here it is. I think. Yeah, this is the map. Alright, so going back to the world map. I'll assume at some point... you guys see the world map, right?
No.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Roll 20, please. I pay you like...
We're looking at our really great dollhouse.
Thank you.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
So at some point, Ringo would have taken you guys apart, taken you guys aside, would have spread the map of Barovia on the table and say, listen, the tarot cards and fate and all that are usually a good way to figure out where to go. And it'll do this, like, the thing that, like, like a dowsing rod almost, with like a string and a coin. And then put the deck onto the map. And it will point in 3 separate directions. First is, where is Mount Baratok? Right. So, the deck is going to be on Vallaki. The coin is going to point in 3 directions. One is to the north, Mount Baratok. That is one direction you guys can go in. The next direction is to the west towards Kresk. That is another direction. And then... Hold on, wait. Oh, and then finally, again to the west, but not as far. Or a little off. Down to where Wisp immediately recognizes as the winery. Those are the 3 locations that you guys will get to choose through. We're going to go back to Old Ash's style of pick a location, go there, do a thing, job done. Okay?
Huzzah!
Would you guys like to know what's like the reward is
Okay.
at each location, or should I just save that for...
We'll save it for next time, because I will undoubtedly forget.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, guys. That's everything. Is there anything else you guys would like to do real quick in like the 10 minutes we got?
Warwick
Right.
Callan?
Alright, sure. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it.
Warwick
Because
Callan,
I do
let's
have a
go.
thing written. I do have a
Time,
written.
wait.
I do have a thing written for it.
Yeah.
Callan, do you return to your lamp at any part in the evening, or like when you're in your bedroom, or do you just enjoy the solace in your bedroom?
I think just she would probably try to sleep in this bedroom, but just overall just be kind of like uncertain and probably retreat to her lamp for at least the majority of the night.
Okay. Alright, so you return to your lamp, and it's just in the middle of your bed, because comfy lamp. As you return to the bed, you can make yourself available to the Master Djinn if you'd like, or this version of the Master Djinn, but what are you up to right now? To, like, help you unwind? Do you just sleep in your lamp?
Well, she sleeps in like the little like hammer space that's inside of the hilt. Since
Oh, yeah, my help with
but yeah, you're good. I imagine she's probably just like, you know, once again thinking about all of the things that she said on this specific day that made her feel isolated and, you know, not like the others. So I imagine what she would do is she would probably write a quick note in her little daily journal diary situation, and then just kind of lay on the couch and probably read some books.
As you're doing that, you feel what's like a knock on the hammer space. Which is really fucking weird, because that's not supposed to happen. You feel something trying to get your attention. And almost like someone's knocking on your door to you, the hilt of your blade. Do you attempt to go up and answer, or just gonna ignore it for now?
Is it something that I would need to leave to answer?
It feels like you wouldn't be able to hear it properly from where you are right now. Like you would have to be outside to hear it.
I think just given the fact that she didn't tell anyone, and the fact that the only person that really knows about how this works is Ravenya, she would immediately leave the lamp to make sure that everything was okay.
The Master Djinn is going to pull up real quick. Sort of like, almost Acme style, like just fucking bamf in front of you and go, wait.
But
Callan,
if she needs me, I should
it's not
be
her.
there.
This knocking is not like her. It's not like anyone in this group. I need you to promise me that when you get out there, you will not listen to it, and you will not follow it. Because if it gets in here, we'll be in trouble. And I think it wants to get in here. I'll let you scout it out, but the moment of first danger, you are coming back in here.
I understand. Of course. Is this place really so distant that your powers cannot reach it?
Like I told you before, I am not the Master Jin, I am a Master Jin. It's sort of like a permission slip for your powers.
Right.
Just try and keep that in mind. I can't bail you out like I normally would with my great infinite cosmic power. So, just, don't listen to it. Whatever it is.
But you're still giving me permission to see what it is?
Well, I'm a little curious too, not gonna lie. But curiosity in Barovia probably isn't the best idea.
I think I'm strong enough to handle it.
He looks at you, pensive. If you say so. And he'll snap his fingers and fade out, letting you leave.
She does, still thinking there's a possibility, considering the Master Jin called her Venya a threat. Still thinking it could be something to do with her.
Alright, as you exit and bamf onto your bed, that knocking hits your skull. Like mentally, not no one's physically knocking on you. And you hear a very familiar voice. One to, by the name of Haken, going, Callan, you gotta help me. Callan, please. Oh yeah, I can't last out long. Callan. And he's not in the room, but you hear his pleas, his screaming echoing in your head.
She immediately, coming out of her blade, just enters right into her hand. She immediately just activates her halberd and just immediately looks around the situation, getting a quick read of it. Even though she can feel it coming from inside, it's illogical. And she's a very logical person. Oh, you're dead. What? Oh.
Ellen, what are you talking about, sister? Please. You have to come rescue me. And you can hear his pain echoing in your mind. The same pain that you always imagined him to have. That day you lost him. The day you couldn't rescue him.
That mission was mine. It should have been mine, but they gave it to you.
Hell, he's not. It's almost like he's not hearing what you're saying. It's just echoing in your head. Help, save me. You feel something tugging at your head, trying to pull you south almost.
I think, given there's a lot of conflicting feelings inside of her right now, she would acknowledge the pool and just see where it's dragging, but not to the point where she's letting herself go to it.
At this point, we're going to cut
trusts,
to... Oh, good.
I was going to say she trusts her strength.
At this point, we're going to cut to Warwick, who, you got a very comfy bed, my guy. Aaron made sure you had a nice, comfy bed. And as you're laying there, all spread out on your bed, you begin to dream. And then you see that same figure you saw before when you were, dying. That same, larger, older-looking fellow with the sun for a head looks down at you and goes, "So, boy, how was your day?"
Pretty good, actually, except for the first part, but met a lot of new people. Think I've made some friends.
Saw a nice garden too, huh?
Yeah. Looks familiar.
Just like the kind we worked on before I, left, right? Well, what if I say I didn't leave? I was actually here in Barovia, down south.
Wait, you're here? In Barovia?
Wake up, Rourke, and then you'll hear me. And you, jump up from the dream, and you hear his voice. It still has the same deep raspiness, that same warm fatherly love he had for all of his disciples and all of his friends and students and family and you. And then you hear it cry out in pain, Warwick! I need you, boy, please! I can't handle it. Please come.
Tobias? Wait, no, I'm coming to help you.
And you feel the same tugging coming down south. I presume at some point, Warwick and Callan are going to exit their rooms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys come out, you see Ringo and Wisp chucking salt in front of doors. Oh shit! Sorry, we were gonna get to you guys. Real sorry about this. It's y'all hearing a loved one scream at you for help.
A dead one, but yes.
Yeah, well, Odessa swung by, came to warn us about it, and then Wisp started hearing it. And Wisp looks like fucking shocked, just full on traumatized. Just like, apparently, well, I guess not all tarot holders, as he holds up his card. Well, something calls out to them down south, something real unfriendly like. And,
Unfriendly, but this was... Well, I was told not to trust it, but...
You're saying it wasn't real?
That's what I was told.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, yeah, I'm sorry if it brought up any bad memories, kid, but, it seems I didn't know. Anyways, the salt will, help stop it for now, and then in the morning I know a few good runes back home from other guy I'll put around the house. Should make it safe to sleep here at night. I'll put a few on the RV too, so we won't have trouble traveling. I'm sorry if I knew the way Wisp screamed when she woke up, I just... Go back to bed. Just get some rest. I'll take care of it, okay?
Oh,
Callan will look over at Warwick and just see that they both probably have the same expression of just like, kind of like the shocked, very small pupils. Well,
Yeah.
certainly knows how to get at us, it seems.
Sure does. That's a good prank, I guess. Kinda laughs really dryly.
The fucked fucking prank, says Wisp, who, like, looks like she's on the verge of tears.
Well, we all have trauma here. If we ever want to talk, probably a good idea.
Yeah, that... Yeah, well, we should do that.
Are you alright?
Oh, me? Yeah, just gonna be kind of hard going to sleep after that.
Do you want to grab a glass of water downstairs?
Kind of, his shoulders kind of rise up a little bit. You'd want to do that?
I think we'll need at least a little some time to decompress. It would make sense.
Yeah, I salted the downstairs too, so y'all should be fine down there. Just, listen, if it tugged at your heartstrings, don't let it get to you, okay? I know how these sort of things can go. And don't forget about the people who are here right now, alright?
Of course.
Y'all get your water. Maybe take Wisp down with y'all too. She ain't exactly looking right herself.
Please, I don't imagine you drink, but the company is more than welcome.
Yeah, I can always try, at least.
Yeah, let's all go down together. I think we need to calm down a bit.
You guys can all head down to the kitchen. There's plenty of water. No problem. Wisp can actually drink and eat, but it seems to be more like a choice thing rather than a necessity thing.
Hmm.
And you guys can all sit in the dining table with a candle lit to, like, kind of keep you company. So, you guys want to distract ourselves, or do we want to talk about the elephant in our shared rooms?
Wait, you guys
Same.
have an elephant here?
Oh god, I fucking wish.
I think it's an expression to say what's on our minds. And, well, I haven't exactly been open about it, but Warwick, you at least know who I probably saw.
Mm.
You've at least heard the name.
Was that a friend of yours?
There's a hesitation. I knew him since I came into existence. He was always there beside me. So friend seems a little... It's not enough to convey.
Brother doesn't seem right too, yeah?
Right.
Some relationships don't need a term. What matters is that he was important to you, yeah?
Very.
What was your last moment with him like? Last happy one?
Getting ramen.
Oh, I haven't had that in fucking ages.
It was just a simple shop on the Citadel. But the following day we were being deployed on a mission. So it was also the last night I got to see him.
Helen, I'm sorry.
It's a part of the business, I suppose.
What about you, Warwick? I don't mean to pry, but, was someone important to you too?
He's actually gonna take the water and give it a good sip. Yeah, maybe, but I think I'm just gonna take this water up to my bedroom, actually.
No worries, Warwick. It is getting kinda late. But, Callan, I don't mean to hang you out to dry, I just, I don't remember anybody, but when I woke up in Barovia and saw a ghost, I couldn't remember anything. All I could remember was letting some people important to me down. How important it was that I do anything to make up for it. I mean, I remember some other things, like the afterlife, but I think that's a conversation for a different time, but when I heard that voice and the guilt that came with it, I felt like I had to make up for it. Listen, you two, that thing down in the south, we're gonna have to deal with it at some point, yeah?
Mm.
We're gonna kick its fucking ass, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's all I need to fucking hear. I'm gonna sleep in for an extra 5 fucking hours tonight.
I'm glad that you can still sleep.
They say sleep is for the living, and well, in my case, I better get as much of it as I can. I don't know when I'll be able to when all this is done. When I'm done. But yeah, maybe we should head back to bed.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay down here for a bit, but please.
Okay. Well, let us know if you need anything, okay?
I'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna check on the others too. So.
Good night, Callum.
Good night.
And they'll head back up, and is there any other thing we want to do tonight?
Not really. I'm just adding the little flavor of Callan probably goes out and practices a little bit.
Yeah.
Blow off some steam.
I think through the adrenaline of training at like 3 in the morning, or well, it's really hard to tell in this eternal nightscape, but yeah, the voices won't affect you while you're out there, so yeah, it's fine. Alright. And with that, I believe we will call session there. Thank you all for returning.
Thank you for the horror, Sif.
Yeah, and some nice trauma to stir
you,
on
Sif.
for the next.
I gave you guys good things. I really wanted to make sure that we at least got Ringo and Wisp introduced, so y'all can have some good things to look forward to next session.
Yeah,
The
we're happy to have
companions
Ghost
are
Shawnee.
real.
It's
The
not.
companions are real.
They're all real. Y'all
It
can't
is
see
Shawnee.
me.
It's
It's
Shawnee.
not Shawnee. It is my
Shawnee,
comfort.
Shawnee is back, baby.
I respect.
Johnny's back.
They are she.
They are she.
God damn it. Alright. Unfortunately, for those of you who are watching, by the time I upload this, we'll probably still be in the middle of our hiatus. But yeah, no, stick around, try to follow our channels and stuff. We do make good content. You still have a whole campaign to watch on Ob's channel, aka Ashes of the Last War, so you can get the Shawnee joke. And you can watch Nexus if you haven't watched that yet, also on Ob's channel, or D&D campaigns on Maris's channel, or Lily's art, or if you want to see Yulia fail girl her way through video games, check out there too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for giving us attention and watching. We're looking forward to doing another session in the future and continuing this sad, traumatic mess, okay? I love them all tons. I love you all tons. All good?
Yeah.
Okay, then we can say bye!
Bye.